Ubisoft Forward. Explore our worlds.
Meet the devs. See the games.
Join us.
Yo.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
The illegal paintings spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several
Yo, Tell, what's up, man? Yo, I got the live stream off too late. Did you see the preview for the AI teammates? Yo, James, you saw? I could rewind it if you guys didn't see. I'm gonna do a video on it.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
Nada, chilling.
First, they came for the
You guys let me know how my audio levels are. I could fix them. But yo, the AI teammates coming out Wednesday, and yo, man, the controls look the same as Wildlands.
And I did not speak out.
Yo, what's up, Anthony? Which one?
Not a protester.
Yeah, it's looking pretty sick, Circular. Yeah, man, I'm a little disappointed with the control scheme, the order wheel. It's the same as Wildlands, man. Like, yo, they didn't innovate anything.
I did not speak out because I was not a journalist.
Audio's good, James. Alright, cool.
Artists. But I did not speak out because I am not a street artist.
But yeah, I'll watch this. I'll hang out. I'll watch this. Talk about whatever games are here, and then I'll make a video about the AI teammates and upload that later. I don't know. Yo, Brody, what's up? Yeah, Watch Dogs looks cool. I hope we get to see some gameplay. They really delayed it a lot. I wonder if they had a lot of mechanics that had that Breakpoint, like loot boxes and all that shit, and they redid a lot of it. Yeah, I wonder what the new live event's going to be in Breakpoint. I'm really not sure.
Eventually, they'd come for me.
Hopefully it's good.
And there would be no one left to speak for me.
Oh, everyone, Anthony? Alright, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I just rendered out my preview of the part 2 of my Ghost Recon Splinter Cell movie. So I'm gonna actually work on that, so I'm gonna try to get that up tomorrow. Yo, Corey, what's up, bro? Yo, Corey, were you watching this? They showed the info on the AI teammates. So you can fully customize your AI teammates. It's the 3. It's Vasily, the girl. I forget their names. You know, the 3 people from the trailer. The order wheel looks the same as Wildlands, so that's disappointing. You can, yo, they roll out with 2 primaries. One is an assault rifle, and the second primary you can give them this time around. I don't know how that's gonna work as far as you give them a sniper if one of the AIs will stay back. You give one a shotgun if one will move forward. Like, I don't know how that's gonna work if you can't give them orders on their own. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error.
Try it off.
Open world crime game, same customization, St. Rose 2.
A 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has
And
no record
Grand
and
Theft
is
Auto
currently
doesn't
believed to be a terrorist.
fill that void for you.
People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise all residents.
Yeah.
I'm Clint Hawkins,
Was The only thing I
Clint has been
hope,
a
James,
longtime creative
about
force
the
here at
order
Ubisoft,
wheel
and
is
now
that when
he's
you
bringing
say
his
go
vision
when you
to
say
Watch
go
Dogs
hot
Legion.
to tell them to fire, that they don't run
What we
around.
just saw was
They
an
stay where they
amazing
are
short
and they
film
fire.
by
And if you
the
tell them to
director
move too,
Alberto
then
Mielgo
you could
that,
tell them to move while
was
firing or
inspired
hold
by
while
Watch Dogs
firing.
Legion
Then that will be
and
dope.
Looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world.
Yeah.
You profile people that are interesting.
You need game
to
for
you,
Watch Dogs
you
you're talking
help them
about,
with their
or
problem, you play their origin mission.
Ghost Recon AI?
Some closure, and I'll do whatever you want.
Need gameplay for both. Tell.
Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team, and then they become the heroes of the game.
Is it
And,
fun?
and the
Yeah,
stars
Brody,
of
I
their
hear
story.
that.
And what you doing in my
Yeah,
flat?
I was playing the
You with
online for a
Albion?
while.
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, dead sick? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves. Stay
Yeah, we'll
safe.
see, Anthony, how
Welcome to
they
the
work
Resistance.
out in Breakpoint. Hopefully, if you put it on a hard difficulty, they'll die just as fast as you do. But we gotta see, man. I gotta see how this order wheel works.
Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my god.
All the games, yeah, all the games in the event, true.
Get all your units to move in and lock down.
Yeah, James, I want Watch Dogs too. I'm definitely gonna be copping this. It looks
With
good.
London under attack by a mysterious
And I like the
terrorist,
fact that you can make your own crew,
the
and if you
government
die with
turns
that
to a
person, that
private
person
military
dies.
company
That's
called
a
Albion
cool
to keep
mechanic. I
everyone
like that.
safe. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I
there'll
will
be
not
drones
allow
everywhere.
anyone, not even myself,
We can't escape drones, guys.
He will stop at nothing to
Yo,
permanently
Splinter
control the
Cell,
city.
tactic, espionage. Yo, what's up?
London will be the first city in
Oh,
the
you building a
world
rig?
to be
Dope,
made truly
dude.
safe.
Yo, Splinter Cell.
Nigel's
Did
not
you
the
see my
only
first part
opportunist
of my
who's taken a
Splinter Cell
liking to
movie?
this
You should
fair
go check
city.
it out. Perfect for you.
Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Be sure and spread the word.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything from party pills to people.
This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I? You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers.
Yo, Watch
With the
Dogs is
city
looking type
out on
crazy.
its arse, it now falls on you
Splinter Cell
to build
reveal,
a
Brody,
resistance
that's not
and
happening.
take back London.
I've given up. I've given up hope on getting us anything Splinter Cell
Any of
from
the brave
Ubisoft.
Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her.
I've been waiting every year since 2012. So
Everyone could become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt
your
on
boy
Nigel
just like
Cass,
me. What up,
and
G
that
Money?
means
Yeah,
breaking
I'm
into
getting
Albion
there, bro. I'm
headquarters
getting there.
inside
I'm
the
holding
Tower
on.
of
I'm
London.
holding on to my hair.
All the hardy souls you
My
see
hairline
here
used to
are
be down
people
here
we
when I
have
was younger,
recruited
though.
from the streets of London. They all
Slowly
have
moving
unique
up.
abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes.
Badly.
Yeah, for real, Bill. We gotta see how that AI pans out.
Like everyone in DedSec,
Yeah.
Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy.
Yo, that looks pretty dope.
He can even call his own cargo drone.
What?
Perfect for gate crashing, when you're not invited. And who needs a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail gun?
Come here, you soidoid shit boy. Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach
Combat
this
looks
mission
pretty cool.
differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered.
The impact didn't
Amy
look
is
as
a
good
drone
as
expert.
Last of
What
Us
have we
stuff.
here?
A real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
Yeah, for real.
What an
Splinter Cell,
adorable, creepy
Ghost
crawler.
Recon basically is filling that void. It's like they just combined everything.
A drone expert
Watch
does have the
Dogs, Ghost
unique ability
Recon.
to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
But yeah, Bill, we got to see how that auto wheel works. I'm going to be testing out. Like I said, if when you tell them to fire, if they don't move and they just shoot, and then you can tell them to hold or go to while they're cleared hot, that will work. That is exactly what I want. So we got to see if that's what they changed.
Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Yo, this game looks crazy, being able to play with so many characters. And if they all kind of play different,
and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the defense minister on the line right now.
yeah, Anthony, me too, bro. Brody, I don't know who Wrench is because I didn't play the first two Watch Dogs. Oh, damn.
Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems
That
to be enough
06.
evidence.
Hopefully that comes
Next
to
up,
market.
we're crashing Mary
Call that
Kelly's
mad.
organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
Yo, Full Metal Jack, what's up, bro?
The buyers expect high quality stuff.
I don't know, man.
we
Watch Dogs
need a
is looking
hard
kind of
nut
sick.
for this.
Impairing
It is looking sick. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm sorry.
Don't disturb me in my
Let me do
natural
this
habitat.
instead.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
Like putting up a rare
My
old
bad.
chest.
And
I had the
doesn't
wrong
mind
view on.
getting his hands
This is
dirty.
better. Yeah, it's like for real, it's like a GTA and Hitman combined. Yo, the combat is looking
He does
pretty
have a
decent.
slight drinking problem though.
Of course there's going to be a limit to what they created with the different playstyles, but just the fact that there's so many different characters,
You know what?
and you're
Let's go with
rolling
something
around
a
as a
bit more
grandma,
professional.
and you feel old, you know, that's pretty dope.
It's
That's pretty
almost
cool.
crass to call him a hitman.
Damn, bro, this is looking crazy. Now just imagine if
Some might even call
Ubisoft
him
Paris
an
had enough
artist.
time to build out Ghost Recon the way they could, and not only get 2 years to develop their game. Because when was the last Watch Dogs? It's been years they've been developing this.
Here's the
Yo, that shit
bastard
looks dope.
responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
It does. Yo, Matt,
Not
it does,
everyone
bro.
in London is a
It's
legendary
looking
assassin
very
or a
ambitious.
super spy, but everyone can be a hero.
Could be a game changer, man. You never know.
So
Like,
get out
this is
there,
what Ubisoft
find
needs
the
to
best
do.
recruits, and build your resistance.
They need to give their developers 3, 4, 5 years to make something and then come out with it.
It's time to take back London.
Yo, yeah, James, I can't wait for this. October. Wait,
Plunging the player into a living, breathing city teeming with unique
October
locales
it's
and
coming out?
characters has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Mutt to tell us more.
dude, that shit just said October 29th. Is that the release date? Because
My
then
name's Amanda
we're
Marks.
getting
I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto.
Valhalla right after that.
Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we
Yeah,
want to tell in
Anthony.
the spaces that we're
It
assigned
did,
to.
it did have a John Wick
I
feel,
have
running
the capacity
through,
to hide
killing
things
everyone.
and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. in AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing
Those are the
demos
Easter
to were
eggs.
from London. So
These
no
are the
matter
people
where I
giving you
dropped
your
in the
Easter
city,
eggs
they
in
go,
games.
oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like
Why don't you
Westminster.
try making something that your audience wants
When
and not
people
what
are
you
talking
want?
about some detail that I've put into the world and
It
they're
looks more
excited
promising than
about it, like, I feel
Cyberpunk.
so good as
You know the
somebody
thing,
who, you know, builds
Cyberpunk
these
messed
worlds
up in my
with care.
opinion with first
I
person, bro.
love it.
Game looks dope because it's third person. You didn't see any bullet holes. Yeah, there were some details I saw missing there.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans.
So
in just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS.
we'll see if
and Android
it gets
devices.
polished before it comes out. But yo, it said October 29th, 2020. So I think that's the release date. So that shit is right around the corner. They're in crunch time right now. Yo, Rohan, what's up, brother? It probably will be a PS5 game. Everything coming out is probably going to launch on next gen. So yeah, yo, Full Metal Valhalla. If we get, yo, I'm gonna cop Ghost of Tsushima, and then another few months after that is gonna be Watch Dogs supposedly, then Valhalla after that. AI teammates, hopefully they don't suck. I could do that for a little bit. You seen the AI teammates, Rohan? Yeah. Yeah, you just, yo, the commands. And I was saying before, bro, as long as the cleared to go hot command doesn't make them run around like idiots like they did in Wildlands,
action fix on the go, or want to dive back
then
into
maybe
one of
it'll
the most
work.
beloved fantasy franchises in gaming,
if you could tell them
you got you
hold
covered.
or go to while cleared hot, and they actually hold or go to while they're cleared hot or not cleared hot, then the order wheel will work. So that's what I'm gonna wait to see. It's the first thing I'm gonna test when I play on Wednesday. Brody, I'm getting Watch Dogs 2, bro. It looks good. It looks like a fun game. What's this? Might and Magic? They should, yeah, yo, Matt. I don't know what they were thinking, especially since they were successful with The Witcher 3 with third person. I think they were having technical issues, or maybe they couldn't really, I don't know, man. I really don't know why they decided to go first person. All that immersion bullshit or wanting to feel in it, that's BS. It just, I don't know. I think they messed up with it, and I think it's gonna hurt the game in the long run. Best thing of Snatch was the Myrna Dan Bada Caravan. I don't know what that means. Splinter, the real new Batman. We'll see. I was never that big into the, like, Arkham Asylum or whatever those old Batman games were. My friend was big on them. Like, I borrowed it from him, and I played one of them for a little bit, but we'll see, because I really like the new Spider-Man. So if a new Batman comes out, maybe I'll play it. Hope it's not exclusive.
Contact! Moat chain is down. Request air support.
Yeah, tell. Yo, Watch Dogs looks good, bro.
Roger.
Look at my
Danger
fan now.
close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Oh, that was Sueño.
Get back in your cell.
Elite Squad. How does this game work? This is kind of like Full Spectrum Warrior, right? Or like, what is it, XCOM or whatever, where you just tell them where to go and they run.
Speaking of Tom Clancy,
Weaver was there
it's been
too.
5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has
Yeah,
never been
lady,
stronger.
and it's been like
In celebration
7
of this
since we got, or
milestone,
8
Ubisoft
since we got
Montreal
a
put
Splinter
together
Cell.
a
So
special
talk to me
video
about
to
that.
thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
Yeah, bro. I got the high top fade, son. What is? Yeah. It's like an XCOM game, dude.
In
It's one of those games where you order your guy to move and then he runs to the circle. You order him and then he runs. I think it's one of those types of games.
A game built
If you ever played Full Spectrum Warrior, it's like that.
Creativity.
This one's supposed to be the month for reveal, so I'm hoping we get announcements for the Warhammer 40k games. Why they gotta do Sam like that? Yeah, I don't know. Didn't even really look like him.
That original vision was quickly
Tier 1,
adopted by
what's
our
up?
passionate community, propelling it to a whole new
Cancel too many
level.
features, it's just meh. Yeah, it's not a third person view, but it'd be nice to have. I'm just not a, like, that's why I don't play Siege. I'm just not a, I think, I just had my fill of first person games when I was younger. Between Unreal and Doom and
But we also had our
playing
share
like
of
Soldier of
challenges.
Fortune way back in like the 90s on PC, and then Medal of Honor on PS1, GoldenEye, N64, moving into Halo, and then by the time like SOCOM came out, I started playing Tomb Raider,
Through it all, we're
Metal
always
Gear.
driven by
I just
our community. And
got
together,
really involved in
we
third
grow
person and I never
stronger.
looked back. So I haven't been
There is no
into
sequel
first
plan,
person
and we're
games
here
really.
for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Look at this.
Sam looked like Gabe Logan. Yo, bro, Gabe Logan. That's Siphon Filter, right? That was his name in Siphon Filter?
C'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre
Disappointed with
qu'il est de notre nous l'équipe.
canceling Rainbow Six
Now
Patriot.
60 million players strong. We're just
You
getting
think we're gonna get a
started.
Silent Hill Rohan? If we get that announcement. Duke Nukem.
From the devs that build the game,
That's
to
another
the
one.
community
I
that
never
plays
really
it,
played that though, but that is another one.
thank you.
You want to see the Aliens vs Predator? That'll be lit. That would be pretty lit. Thank you to our 60 million players. Damn.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new
Yeah,
Operation
yo,
Steel
who this
Wave
guy?
update
That was,
available
I knew
now,
it, bro.
and
I
take
knew
Ace and
that
Lucy out for a
sounded
spin.
familiar. That's yo.
A few days ago,
and
we introduced
Siphon
y'all
Filter's
to a
another one.
brand
When
new
Siphon Filter
multiplayer
came out,
shooter.
I love
Now,
that shit.
It's time to venture into the hyperscape.
Now, it might not have aged well, but for its time, whew, I was in love with that game. My brother-in-law and I used to play that shit all the time, dude. We ran that shit like clockwork. Played Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine? Nah. PlayStation copyright strike Michael Vitti due to his abusement insulting people on live.
In the
Oh shit, really, Rohan? That's crazy.
That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all
I mean,
to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything
they'll
that
probably
we
just,
feared
you
about
know,
our future started
tone
to
it
come
down
true.
and
We made some
pivot.
good decisions.
It's BS though. He should be able to say
We
what he
made
wants.
some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions.
In Wildlands, when you order them, it was definitely where you order them and
10
track them,
billion
but they did the
souls
whole
living in the
tactical
crush of the
B&W and Y spreads, tactical at times, when it worked.
But the people at Prisma
I just wish
changed
that
everything.
we could control them. I would have taken just 2 teammates, have 1 less teammate if I'm able to just tell them where to go.
everyone a
You
way
could do
out.
like pincer movements,
The Hyperscape.
but
In the
we'll see.
Hyperscape, the biggest draw
We'll see
by
on
far
Wednesday, man.
is
I'm gonna load that
Ground
shit up
Rush.
and
This is where
see if they're
anyone
exactly like
can become
Wildlands,
someone.
and I will shit on it if they are. See, now, I didn't make a video on this yet. I've been thinking about doing it. That instead of taking something like Ghost Recon and using that as a platform to build out your battle royale, they did this super futuristic Apex Legends, Valorant, whatever clones. It's like, I don't know, it's just another first-person battle royale that they made. Like, is this the game we really needed?
Things have been happening lately.
Whatever, I guess that's just me being
Rumors of
biased.
people getting hurt.
You wish it would make a comeback?
Users
Yeah, I
disappearing
guess.
from the real world.
Who made that?
A darker secret
I don't remember who
lies
made
at
that.
the heart of Hyperscape,
It wasn't like...
and we have to find it.
I don't remember.
Some of us are searching for a way
Cocaine
up.
playable hero now.
Some
Give
of
me a
us
sniff.
for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future.
Feel like I might play Hyperscape if it was third person, but it's not.
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building
Hate
it from
Sony.
scratch, seeing it
Fan
grow.
clickbait video
adding
to get his
ideas,
audience.
it's
Yeah, that
really
might be
cool.
it too, man.
Hello,
you never
contender.
know. You know, that's how he's
Welcome to the
building his
Hyperscape.
following.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a
Yeah,
future
first-person shooter
where
fatigue. Yeah, and
humanity
I don't
has
really
grown a
get
little
third-person
darker.
shooter fatigue. As long as
One
the
of
animations are
companies
good,
there,
I'm
They are
into it.
launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges.
Just want one extra and sometimes other depending on missions. Hopefully you
Within
can
the
choose.
virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city.
James, they
of
did say that
Neo-Arcade.
you can choose whether or not you roll out with them, but they didn't specify whether you could roll out with 1, 2, or 3 of them.
Then
So
we
we'll
also
see all that
introduce a
come
lot of
Wednesday.
new
But
things.
they didn't specify that, so I don't think
get
you
the
can.
opportunity
I'm
to
pretty sure they
parkour
just
on the
basically
rooftops, go into interiors where
copied
it's much more
over
narrow, much more
the
stressful.
Wildland
You
system
get to go
and
to the
added some
landmarks
tweaks.
where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal.
Yo, Matt,
Introduce the notion
it's
of
because they're not
hacks,
developing
special
it, dude.
abilities that you can pick up on the fly to
I think
adapt your
they.
tactics.
I don't think
With
they
hacks,
know
you
how
can
to
do
make
things
it
like, teleport
right
yourself,
now,
you
and
can
they're
wrap yourself into a ball and,
they're
bounce
trying to
around the
capture
battlefield.
markets of what is
A lot
what
of
exists.
abilities
That's why they
that
came
let
out with this like
you have fun,
Hyperscape
that are toys that you can play
game, Battle Royale. I just
Finally,
don't know if
it's
they
made
maybe
as a
the Splinter
spectacle,
Cell
so all the viewers will be able to interact with
fan
the game
base
on
is
different
just
levels
not
through
worth
the
it.
Twitch extension.
And they don't have the
So every few minutes there's going to be a vote and viewers will be
creative
able to
liberty
decide
to
what
sit
effect
there
they
for a
want
few
to
years
affect
and
the whole
figure it
battle.
out.
So
I don't
things
know.
like changing the gravity, infinite
They could
ammo,
really
or stuff
make
like
something
that. So
that's not on the
players, while
market,
this
though,
happens,
and
really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is
just-
happening.
Need to do it.
So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we're launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for
Operation
all PC players
Flashpoint.
worldwide.
Yeah, well, if it's anything
I
like
really
what I'm
want to
saying,
thank
then yeah.
all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's
They
a
need to be
short
like
glimpse
Arma, not the
of what you
Division.
can expect.
So that was it for Watch Dogs. So I guess October 29, 2020 is the release date. And now we get this Hyperscape crap I don't really care about.
Showtime.
Yeah, for real, Prince of Persia suffers equally. That's because, yo, Prince of Persia was warped into Assassin's Creed. That's basically what they did. They took what they learned from Prince of Persia and they made Assassin's Creed. And then they just left Prince of Persia in the past. It's kind of like what they did with Splinter Cell. How Ghost Recon and Watch Dogs, they have that stealth component where they figure Sam doesn't need his own game anymore. So, which is really, really dumb, man. Because they could make an awesome stealth game with Splinter Cell and really hit home some awesome stealth mechanics and make it a game of its
The
own.
digital world of the Hyperscape
They just
gave our
refuse to
artists
do
and
it.
developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Anna Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
Wait, what the hell are you saying, Mad?
My name is Anna Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on
Hyperscape
Hyperscape.
is based off Assassin's
We
Creed
have
Animus?
paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters.
With
We
the Spec
switch
Ops of
different
PS2
outfits,
Xbox
different
days,
fashion statements, different tattoos,
individual
different
commands, third-person
materials
Rainbow
until we
Six
see them
Siege,
as real
Rainbow
individuals,
Six.
as real people.
But it's first
So
person,
the second
this
you pick a
Hyperscape.
character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body?
Yeah.
Each season, we
I thought
plan
Blacklist
to produce new
was
outfits for
good.
these characters.
You know,
So we're hoping some of our players
We
are
missed
gonna
Michael
see the
Ironside. I
effort
missed the
and
voice,
maybe even
but
correlate
the
some
gameplay
of
was
the
fun.
accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
As we move into
Record
the
this
next
shit so we
generation
can
of
replay
gaming,
it back later.
Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage
What do you mean,
of all
record
the
what shit?
extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Doesn't it go,
Hey,
doesn't
everyone.
it upload to
Phil
YouTube?
Spencer from Xbox. With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game.
Man, doesn't I'm
on
live
any
streaming
version
on
of
YouTube,
Xbox you're
right? So
playing
doesn't
on.
YouTube upload it
On
later?
Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing.
Yeah,
to
Hyperscape.
create an absolutely
Hyperscape is
immersive
basically
version of
Ubisoft's
London
battle
like
royale
you've
game.
never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward.
Yeah, leave it to
I'm a huge
for real,
fan
kill that battle
of
royale.
Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
We know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time.
I never played Flashpoint.
And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming.
You think, Matt?
by
You think
boat
Origins was
in England and
was
see
superior to
those
Odyssey?
rolling green hills, full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that
I don't. The way you worded
most
that.
likely the Vikings.
You think Odyssey
felt
is
as
superior
well,
to
and
Origins?
To see this land of opportunity, and this is exactly the feeling we want
Yo,
players
Joseph.
to
So
experience in
they
this
had a
game.
little like 5-minute intro before this started.
It is a
I wasn't
personal
live
adventure,
yet.
It is the story
where
of
they
Eivor,
explained the
Viking
AI
chieftain.
teammates. It's coming out Wednesday.
Eivor is
You could fully
either a male or a
customize. I'm
female.
gonna make a
You
video on
decide
it
when
later.
you
If
start the
anything,
game.
you could play this
You'll
back,
have to leave
or
Norway to
just
settle in England
leave this and go to the
because
Ubisoft
you
one and
just
play
can't
it
live in
back to
Norway
the
anymore. There's too much
to the
political
pre-launch,
pressure, no resources available.
to the pre-show. It's like the first 5 minutes before the show
Obviously,
actually went
in
live.
England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times
Oh, okay,
really
man, that's what you
inspired
were
us to
saying.
kind of revamp the fight system.
Yeah, I think Valhalla is
To
going to be
leverage
another
the
copy and
brutality
paste job
and the
with some,
intensity
some
of Viking
innovation
combat.
here and there, like the rating and everything. But it's going to
Vikings
play the
were
same as
not only
Origins,
fighting
which
face
played
to
the same
face,
as Odyssey.
They were
etc.
masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
So Breakpoint, basically, you can customize your AI teammates. You get all 3 of them. You could disable them or enable them. The
We
order
are
wheel looks the
very
same as
happy to
Wildlands.
Finally be able to show you the game we're all been working on.
And that's basically
please
it. And it comes out
enjoy
Wednesday.
This deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
This won't save on my thing, dude. Yeah. So what the hell what did I do wrong? Is it because I didn't start my live stream from YouTube first?
You will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England
You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious
fix all this shit, I guess.
to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
I didn't even order because I couldn't get the collector's edition, so I'm just gonna go into GameStop and just buy the normal one.
Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship,
Yo, yeah, you can
raid
change their
locations you
weapons.
spot from the
They come with a standard assault rifle, and you could give them your second primary, whatever gun you want, and they'll act accordingly to what you give them.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids.
No, I didn't play that
fighting
Splinter.
enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage,
Joseph,
may be used to
YouTube's
develop
holding
your
me back.
settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record
Yeah,
of the
yo,
allies you have
run
made
E.
and a guide for future opportunities.
We're gonna rant about it.
The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed
You doing
game.
the same thing, Tell? Yeah. I'm just gonna walk into GameStop and buy it, bro.
Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities.
Assassin's Creed is
Snare them
looking
with the
kind
Viking
of
harpoon.
not
Pummel them with
polished.
throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks. Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including two shields.
You like this, James? It looks like both of them together. Yeah, I think it looks. Oh, that was sick.
Not all situations call for
I think
violence.
it looks good, but
in this new land, a Viking must find
there
a
were
way
just some
to
things
adapt.
that didn't look quite polished.
As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your
Crossbow?
enemies,
I don't think so.
avoiding unwanted attention
Maybe.
in towns and bustling
I haven't heard
cities.
anything yet.
Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people.
Ooh, see right here, they're kind of
From
getting back
capital
into the
cities and villages
Assassin's
to the
Creed
dense
feeling.
forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself
Yeah,
sharp.
James, they do
You
need
must
more
feed off
work.
the land if you
I mean,
hope
there's
to
still
endure.
6 months to go, so
Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
oh shit.
Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement.
You don't. Oh, Y2J, you don't care for
The more you
Assassin's Creed?
explore,
Yeah, I'm
the
definitely
more
gonna
of
get it.
England's
It looks fun.
secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, show no mercy!
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments.
Yeah, Matt.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla
For
will
real.
feature massive
If they have
assaults
that,
in which you
and I could
lead
just keep
Eivor's
pounding
army
them
into
like they didn't have in
against
Last of Us
heavily
2,
guarded Saxon
I'll be happy.
fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow we
Yeah,
rebuild.
a lot of us like the OG AC, but you know they moved on with this Witcher 3
Assassin's
type
Creed
of
Valhalla will transport you to wondrous,
open world
haunted lands,
RPG.
inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
It looks crazy,
with
man. Yo,
unforgettable
dude,
characters,
this and Watch
thrilling
Dogs.
triumphs, and tragic
Yo,
losses.
some good
giving you
gaming
the
going on,
chance
man.
to make your
Ubisoft
own
is killing the game.
saga.
If they come out polished and not broken, gonna be some home runs here for Ubisoft. Stay tuned, post show. But that's why I'm watching this show, so I don't have to watch a post show.
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before.
So
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
Is everyone else getting
We're
that?
close to wrapping up today,
Getting
but before
lag
we
on the
go,
audio?
our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
I hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I'm proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad,
It
and
won't be
creative
polished, man.
lineup of games.
We'll see.
And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Splinter Cell. Why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we do it to ourselves? Oh shit. What is this? Skull and Bones? Oh no. There's more. What is this? Oh, this is like Far Cry or something, right? Yeah, Far Cry. Far Cry is another franchise I'm not into because it's first person. I pass on it. Yeah, I don't know. This guy. They didn't show any Skull and Bones. So, I don't know. Maybe it's not ready. Who knows? Yeah, Anthony. Of course, if you're down, the AI teammates come and rescue you. Like they did in Wildlands.
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes, de los...
It's beautiful, amigo. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe, Diego. Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now.
Okay, that's one way to raise your son.
I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente.
You like Yo, Merc, what up? You like Far Cry? Yes.
They do not know how to be happy.
One of my friends really likes Far Cry too.
Opinions, noise, indecision, strangle.
Another crazy antagonist.
Freedoms. And even if you have love in
Yo,
your heart,
26, what's up?
even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves.
It's Gus.
Everything you say, do, believe will be wrong. They will answer you with screams, call you evil.
Oh shit.
And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom.
You know, this cutscene is really good. Far Cry in Somalia. Ghost Recon in Somalia.
You understand now.
Both could be dope.
Prove it.
Damn. February. Yo, did they have a date for... Did I miss the date for Valhalla?
And with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it said November 17th, Merc? Thanks. Damn, so October Watch Dogs, November Valhalla, February Far Cry.
Hey everyone, welcome
Holy
to the
shit.
Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf McGeed, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about 30 minutes of gameplay, and we're joined by a very special guest here.
Hey everyone,
This was the gameplay that was leaked, wasn't
otherwise
it?
known as Fizz. I am the quest director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So Fizz, we're setting up here for what looks like an
Yes,
epic encounter.
26
Tell us exactly what's going on
Breakpoint,
here.
basically.
Yeah, so here we're midway through the
was in
quest
the was
that
in
we're
the
showing for
pre-launch show.
Here we're looking at
AI
the
teammates
assault
coming out
of Burg
Wednesday.
Castle.
You could
So
fully
these are big
customize them. You
moments
could give them
that
your own
usually,
weapon.
sort
The
of
order wheel
culminate
looks
at the end
like
of the story.
Wildlands.
And so here Avar, our Viking raider, is taking a group of raiders and Furds into Burg Castle to go and take down Ruid and his clan.
So who exactly is Ruid, and why does Eivor sort of want to pick a fight with him?
Basically, Ruid comes into play about halfway through this story arc, where at the beginning of the arc, this is something that happens before, Ruid basically caused a lot of turmoil within the territory, and Oswald, who's the sort of elderman to be to inherit this territory, needs your help to take him down. Oswald having just been defeated in a
Yeah.
previous quest, and so here this
So
is
it comes out
revenge,
Wednesday,
but
so
also accomplishing your ultimate
keep
goal.
an eye out
So
for
Fizz,
it.
as you're talking, we're seeing some of the combat of Valhalla. Can you tell us a little bit about the changes to combat this time around?
We wanted to basically add a lot of new mechanics to it. So we added like some dual wielding for the player,
Definitely getting
like
this.
a stun system in there. And we really needed to do this to sort of portray that sort of the brutality that comes with being a Viking in this day and age. So it sort of fits into that the time and the character.
Oswald. He lives.
Yeah, this is the.
Eivor, is that you?
This is what was leaked.
Here, Eivor has taken her entire army through the assault, and finally, it's revealed that our Elderman, our ally, Oswald, is still alive, and Rued has him captive.
So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? 2 Danes fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson? If this swine is your prize, come and get him.
So now that we've seen that Oswald is alive, we have Rued within our sights. What's the next step here?
So the next move for Eivor is to finally face off against Rued. She has her allies; they can take care of the rest of the army. Now it's time to go one-on-one.
Probably early, dude, because they're based in Europe.
Your battle is not yet won, Oswald.
And it's worth pointing out, actually,
Full
that
Metal,
here
you
what
can
we're
change your
showing is
AI
the
teammate's
player,
gun this time, and they
going
said that
facing off
they'll
against
act
Rued
accordingly.
aggressively, but we tend to always have to support a 360-degree approach.
I don't know
in
how
these
it's
things.
gonna work,
So Blair could have approached this a little bit more stealthy and gotten at least like a good critical hit on either Rued or his wolf, and so you can play this a little bit more strategically if that's
Matt.
your
I
playstyle.
wonder why.
So we're not only fighting Rued here, but also his pet wolf, right?
One of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first, just focus fire on him. It takes at least one opponent out of the combat. Now Rued will have extra abilities that come into play if you do eliminate his wolf, but I think having one opponent less in the battlefield,
You know what doesn't look good? When you target them, I don't like the way the character moves. I didn't like it in Odyssey either. I never targeted because I always felt like you moved kind of. Yeah.
For all your efforts, only the cold dark of Niflheim awaits you.
Valhalla is my destiny.
Thorn McThor.
That fate will not be met today. Why doesn't they should be roomed, Wolf-kissed? Made thralls, not treated as equals. We are better than this, than all of them.
Do not drag me
She's
down
Abby's
to the sewage you
ancestor.
wallow in.
Yes, a Dane fight tooth and nail for a Saxon. You'd throw in with these wastrels? These arrogant swine?
Eivor, no! He should be tried before God, a lawful assembly.
All right, so we've defeated Rued, we freed Oswald. What comes next?
Oswald, in this case, prefers for Rued to be kept alive, and so you basically have to choose: are you going to go against his wishes or stay true to your nature?
So we have this choice to make, but before we get into that, I want to rewind a little bit because we just did this big, grand assault, but Eivor couldn't have done it alone. She clearly had to recruit some folks along the way, get some troops, get some allies. So let's actually rewind and see how we went about.
Yeah, they'll probably
first gathering
polish
those
it,
troops.
James. Hopefully it'll be a lot
So
more polished
when
when it
coming
comes
up
out.
to an assault, it's a game of numbers. Eivor can go into pretty much any location and be a stealthy Viking, eliminating some of the assets, which ultimately would be a strategy. You can do that, and you'll have some of the ingredients or of the assets there that will have been sabotaged, but
Yeah,
you still
Splinter
need
Cell.
an army. So here what we're seeing is Eivor going
It's
around
just
the
been one big
countryside
disappointment
and
after
raising what we
another
call
with
a Fyrd,
Breakpoint.
which is the men and the women of the territory who come up and fight in the name of a king.
Choice
So
mechanic,
here,
yeah.
Eivor is
Especially
going
if it
around and trying to
actually has a
convince people
meaning
to
in the
fight
in the
name
game.
of Oswald to
It's
finally
way better.
take down the oppressor that is Rued.
Defending East Anglia, defending you. Will you not do the same?
What? Die in defense of a lost cause?
Yeah, so she's really using like the image and like the leadership that Oswald had, what he meant to the people in his name. She's going to recruit these people.
Pretty words, Dane. But the men of Theovard have their own battles to fight.
So we're told by this Reeve that there are troops, there are allies that he could add to our cause, but first we sort of need to do him a favor, is that right?
Yeah, so obviously these people have been run down by Rued and the impact he's had on the territory, so I think a lot of these people have sort of lost hope. And so you need to show them that there is hope. And so here Eivor is basically helping them take back one of their
Wolves are
prized
dumb.
locations by taking a couple men and raiding a nearby township
I mean,
basically taking it back for the people and showing
usually
that
they
there's,
don't, but these choices
a
might
reason to
matter if you
continue
kill a
fighting,
dude and don't
and they
kill a
get them on
dude.
your
Like,
side.
it might. But we'll see. Oh, that was nice.
When Eivor does this, obviously you have access to a full suite of abilities. So again, the improvements that we've done to the fight system, you have some brutal axe throwing in there. You have archery or like range combat abilities in there as well. So really, again, like depending on what your playstyle is, you can customize your loadout and go in there how you wish.
That guy's on fire. What the hell?
Fizz, we just saw this giant pulse go out. What exactly was that?
So that is what we call the Odin sight. The Odin sight is basically our interpretation of the Eagle Vision from previous games.
Probably
we thought
not.
it was good to sort of bring that back. It's basically Eivor's intuition. It's how she perceives the world. When player uses that, it'll highlight basically interactive objects, like things that will bring her an advantage. So we'll have arrows, like health consumables that are in there. So it really is like a good way of sort of understanding the world and showing you
Merc.
things that you
For
can
real.
go and touch.
A giant two-hand sword. Just pull that around.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of
But I
things
guess
we can
people are
touch,
gonna want
we
to
just
dual
picked up
wield.
this awesome
You
new
know, that would
weapon.
be cool.
It's something we wanted to play with on Assassin's
The
Creed
last God of War
Valhalla,
when he's throwing an
where
axe.
we have fewer
There's
weapons in the
definitely
game,
a
but
lot
you can
of
invest in them more, so they become your weapon. And so depending
what's
on
the word
what
I'm looking
your
for?
preferred playstyle is or your preferred weapon type, then you can go and choose. I'm gonna fight with this weapon and invest heavily into that.
Not only are we looting weapons, but we see something here
Inspiration.
called the Book of Knowledge. Can you tell us a little bit more
Drew a
about
blank.
that?
There's definitely a lot of inspiration in Assassin's Creed, like Witcher 3. You could see like God of War. You could tell the way they have structured things that they really want this open world RPG type gameplay, and that's where they mess up with Breakpoint. They tried to do that shit with Breakpoint, and people are like, "What is this crap?" Plus, the developers didn't have enough time. You could tell.
Now we've recaptured this village, we've secured more troops for our assault. Let's jump
Modern
back now
golf
and
clubs.
figure out what we want to do with Ruin.
Oh man, just rolling around as
The rightful king of East Anglia has spared your life today,
as
and
Abby.
so it will be.
Abby in the 8th century.
Compassion is a virtue suited for anyone, Eivor, including you. Thank you.
Eivor decided to let him live.
Yes,
Ruud is
yes,
really
Matt.
angry about
Even
that.
though
Being a Norse
I
Viking,
saw
being put
gameplay
to
where
the
you were
death
hitting
in
them a
battle
few
is
times,
your
but
road to Valhalla.
it does
So he
seem
was
like
basically
there's that
denied access to
opportunity
Valhalla in this
to really
situation.
just kill people.
Obviously, all of these decisions come into play later
That's what I'm
on
looking
in the
forward
game,
to,
so
too.
we have very difficult decisions for the player to make. We didn't want to have easy decisions.
Yeah,
you know,
right?
when I was playing, I
Dude,
decided to listen to Oswald and
Got
spare
axed
Ruud's
with a
life,
super move
but
and just got
what
up and was
exactly
like,
is the
"Yeah,
relationship
my
like
health bar's still
between
there, so
Eivor
I'm
and
alive."
Oswald?
So the relationship between Eivor and Oswald is an alliance. It's basically Eivor is surrounded by territories that initially getting into England are hostile towards her, and obviously if you want to set up a new settlement, you want to make sure that your neighbor is friendly. So here in East Anglia, Oswald is the man for the job, where putting him into
What
a
the hell
position
kind of
power
haircut
would
was
help
that?
her sort of secure
Half
her
shaved,
territory.
half hair?
So earlier on to the territory, Eivor comes in here, meets Oswald. The problems he had with Ruud are sort of put to light, and going through the arc, you basically help him deal with Ruud and aligning basically Danes with Saxons in one territory.
So, Fizz, we've completed the assault. We've gotten our hands dirty with some combat, taken down Ruud. We have this big open region of East Anglia. So before we head off to Oswald's wedding, what do you say we head out, have some fun, and see what we can get into?
Definitely got more coming too, man.
That sounds great.
Still got to finish up my Splinter Cell series.
So we see
lots
a
more videos
cat here with a speech bubble above it, and you best believe if you let me talk to a cat, I'm gonna talk to a cat.
Yeah, these are some of our Some of my favorite moments actually in the game where we put out a whole bunch of events throughout the territory. And it sort of rewards, again, exploration, going around. It's a chance for us also to sort of showcase a different side of Eivor. A lot of the quests sort of deal more with like politics and warfare, and this shows a slightly more human nature to her. So it permits us to explore that character a little bit more. And so here, basically, like you're trying to help a kid with his cat, and ultimately get that cat to sort of join your crew as
what
a
a silly
cat raider.
quest.
You just said
Could
cat
you imagine
raider
being a
way too
Viking
casually.
in
You're telling me I could have a
England,
cat Viking raider on my longship?
and
That's
there's
exactly
a
what I'm
mission
telling
for a
you.
cat?
Oh my god, yes, I love it. Perfect.
Oh god.
So yeah, as you're riding around the
What is it with these people and
rivers of
cats?
England, you would see a cat basically walking around your longship,
Yeah,
keeping your
Benjamin.
Viking raiders
I'm
company.
sure it seems like it'll be a lot more
Speaking of the Viking longship, we're seeing some of that gameplay
RPG
here now. Can you talk a little
components.
bit about how that works and functions in Valhalla?
Yeah, so starting out on this project, I think the Viking longship is one of the biggest images that we all have when we think about Vikings in our game. And so Vikings had this awesome design for longship that had a very shallow hull, so it permitted them to go very far inland very quickly, and you could basically disembark Viking raiders like on pretty much any shore. We added that into the game where you can basically sail up to any location and then just decide to disembark with your guys and raid a location, loot all its treasure, get back on the ship, and then continue
Yeah, Ronnie, for
sailing
real.
down the
Life
river,
bars.
to your next
They
opportunity.
need more mechanics where
So I know past Assassin's Creed games
the game
allowed
is
for
programmed
songs
to
and things like that
recognize
be
a
sung on
fatal
ships.
kill.
Will Valhalla have
Or,
a
you know,
similar
a fatal
version of
hit.
that?
Yeah, so this is something we actually wanted the
And even have
the
just a
crew of
person
your ship to
dying on the
become
floor.
like your home
and
away from home.
just yell and
So
bleed
we
out for the
added
next 10
stories and
seconds.
songs into the ship. So basically, as the player is going around, you could decide to have your skull sort of sing a
You
song
like the
for
idea
you
for the
as you
cats?
row down the river. But you can also decide, depending on who the raiders are in your ship, to hear more about their life. So you can actually queue up
I'm
stories,
looking for a
and they'll
cat.
give you a
Come
little bit
on.
more background on who they are. So you get to
Spider-Man
know
mission,
your,
looking for the
your sort of
pigeons.
fighters as you're traveling around the world, which is a cool moment.
Oh man. You
So
want
here we're seeing a
shield
bit of a
maidens
different
with you?
view.
That
What
would be
exactly
cool
are
if
we
you could
looking at?
customize
We
them.
had this on previous Assassins
But
where you
I'm
would
not
like
sure.
ride on
Probably
your
just be
horse and you
random.
could pull out, have the horse sort of
They were
follow
jealous
the track.
about the
We
dogs
have
in
a
Call
similar
of
thing
Duty.
for the ship where you can put up your sails. It's cruise control for the ship, so you can pull back, take in the scenery, listen to some songs or
Looks
some
dope,
stories, and just take it
And
all
when they
in.
polish it this next 6 months, I'm just trying to figure out
So, speaking of Viking songs, we have an
why
activity here that's
Ubisoft
not
had to push
exactly
out
singing,
Ghost
but
Recon
kind of
Breakpoint
related, right?
last October,
so here what we
but
have
they were
is what we
willing to
call
push
flighting,
out
which was an activity that Norse people would partake
Watch
in.
Dogs
They
and
would like to
Valhalla
have a
within
battle of wits and,
2 or 3
and
weeks of each
sort
other.
of poetry where
Breakpoint had to
insults
be
would
rushed
thrown back
and
and
released
forth
broken,
between each
but
other.
these two can
The
be
idea
released
was to
on
try
top of
and
each
have
other.
a good insult, but also to have a good rhythm and a good rhyme in there. So it's basically
Yeah,
a
Full Metal.
precursor
It was in
to
the
rap
it was in
battles.
the pre-stream
Here's the silver.
before
Now
the show started. So I'll make a video on it. But
To all
basically,
those who
we're
I
getting our
speak,
teammates
they
on
say
Wednesday,
Abe was a clod.
and that's it. You know. It was
Then
like
you're
it was like a
speaking to
quick
fools
5
and their
minutes,
knowledge is flawed.
just to give you a
How
quick
exactly
glimpse.
do you go about being successful in one of these?
The trick behind a good flight was to choose the right insult.
Like the event was for the
identifying the right
upcoming
cadence,
games. That's why I
and
was in
then trying to
the
find what
pre-event.
rhymed the best.
I'm known for my might.
Interesting. Interesting. Silent whispers all claim that you're terribly dense.
Then you've clearly misheard them. My wit is immense.
The live event is on the
Oh,
16th.
you
Oh, did they
lucked
say
out with
that?
that one.
Look at that. Yeah, so it's
Well,
all
what a
coming out this week.
surprise.
Damn, there's
Eivor
not enough
of the
time for me to
Raven Clan is a true talent.
play this,
I'm shocked.
do my
Don't
Splinter
believe
Cell
everything you hear,
movie.
unless it touches
Ghost
on
of
my
Tsushima.
plighting, then heed every word.
Oof, got a lot of stuff
So
to
now
do.
that we've proven our sharp tongue and wit, I think it's time for a bit more relaxing activity. So we're fishing here.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, they're really going into the
so
RPG.
We gave Eivor a
Hardcore.
fishing line, so you can actually throw out a line and go catch some fish. This
For
is
what,
used
though?
basically to play into our new health loop, where the player will lose health in the world, and it doesn't automatically regenerate like we would have in the past. So you actually have to go out and get some supplies. So you'll find mushrooms.
That's cool,
and
depending
some
if
food
it's
that you can gather. But here, like
boring or not.
you can also catch some
That's
fish.
yeah, that's
and consume that
Tsushima
to regain some
26.
health. We
Oof,
also
I can't wait
will
this
sometimes have
Friday.
it in
It's
certain
coming. I
quests.
can't believe
So
it's a few
it's
days
a good
away.
way to sort of chill out.
This is
on the
gonna be a
side
fun
of the-
week.
of the water and just again take it all in.
What do you think the live event's going to be? An online cooperative enemy wave?
So this is what we call one of
I
our
honestly haven't thought
offering
about it,
altars.
James.
So the idea is that you find these around the world, and
I don't know.
you make offerings to it. So it'll take like animal parts.
What made
and
you?
stuff
What
that
makes you
can find
think
throughout
that?
the world. Here, what you're seeing though is sort of like a fancy version of it, where as you do your offering, you get interrupted by some kids that basically come and steal your stuff. So it was just a way for us to sort of showcase that, like, the systems and the activities in the world can sort of play in with
I
some.
don't know. I
some
feel like
quests
this is
and
the
some
exact
events.
type of
So
stuff
we're
that
ready to
people
sort of
didn't
dress
like
up these
in
moments and
Odyssey.
make it all fit inside
A
the
lot of
whole
like
experience.
little side
this
things
seems like
that
a
were
really
just
sort of unexpected
dull
turn
and
for
boring.
what I thought was going to be kind of a simple interaction.
Yeah, and it's really what we were trying to do with these events is to give another dimension to Eivor, other than just the pure Rar Viking or the politician.
Oh, I never played that. I played a Dragon Ball Z game a while back. It was fun too.
That version
but
of the
I didn't
character,
play
so
it a lot.
it lets us really
Only a
go
little bit.
into the depth of who is Eivor, what motivates her, how she can interact with the world outside of warfare and politics.
Your stealth needs work.
We were close.
And it also showcases like a different facet of the world at the same time. It's not only Eivor, so it just widens the breadth of the stories that we can tell.
Rebels versus the Wolves, all out
exactly
war.
are
Where'd you
these
see that, James?
These are kids of East Anglia. They are
I must have
going
missed
through
something.
tough times with whatever Rued's been doing to the territory, and so they're just here trying to survive.
More to do with your board,
and
Benjamin? Yeah, I mean,
basically exploit
I
the
just
people
know that a lot of
that
people
are
complained
there
about
to make
a lot of the filler content
It was
in
kind of nice to
Odyssey.
see that Eivor wasn't really necessarily upset at them for stealing, and after you talk to them, you have the choice of helping them. You can give them food, give them some money, or maybe just say, hey, good luck, on your way.
Yeah, and then this is something we also wanted to do a lot. Like, so here we're doing an event, we do it in quests as well.
I'll tell you
but we
what though,
wanna
these
do-
cutscenes
we're
are
gonna
a
give
lot
a lot of this agency into
more
players' hands so
interactive
that
and
they
better
can
made than
sort of
Breakpoint.
shape Eivor a little bit, who she is, so it represents them a little bit more, and they can role play that a little bit.
Breakpoint was,
better. And
it was
again,
alright.
it just gives her like a little bit more humanity in these moments.
But the side missions, just a lot of them
Like
just
the
were.
small walkers.
I didn't even do most of them. Filler helped. Yeah, it helps level up.
Here, large walker.
A necklace.
Yes, it's a St. Martin seal. You're welcome here anytime, large walker. You're one of us now. Visit us, okay?
I will. Take care now, small green walkers.
So I think AC veterans might recognize this here, but what exactly is Eivor chasing down?
Yeah, so here you're seeing Eivor running down one of our tattoo images. So this is challenging the player on free run abilities, but also for fans of the series, sort of pulling at their heartstrings for some beloved features.
So
Pulling
are we
out their
gonna be able to
heartstrings. See,
tattoo
they know
Eivor?
exactly what they're
Yes, by collecting these tattoos, you actually bring them back to
Terrible
your settlement,
dialogue.
and then you
Yeah,
can
it
custoxize
was.
different body parts, having different tattoos everywhere.
If you're
So
talking about
again,
this,
another form of
it
expression,
seemed better than
and sort
Breakpoint.
of to represent that Viking culture.
But then again, that's not saying
Because
much.
one of my favorite
I
things
think
when I was
anything's
just
better
out
than
there
Breakpoint.
exploring East Anglia was coming
So
upon a
I
house
played.
or
I didn't
building
get through the
and
whole
realizing
Witcher.
that there was a
I was
chest
playing
inside,
it recently,
but that there was no easy way
but
in.
The Witcher
And
was
in this
really
case,
good.
I saw
The
all the
dialogue
doors
and
were barred,
everything
but I knew that
felt
because
really
there was a chest
authentic.
in there must have been some way to get inside. So I went around the back and found a way
They
in.
got on that AC. Yeah, they
I'm
kind of
glad you
abandoned that
actually
old
caught onto
school
that.
AC.
You're pointing at something that we
But it
wanted
seems like
to
this, they're
work
like
on
they're
a lot
trying to
on
get it back a
Valhalla,
little
where
bit.
we wanted the exploration to make you feel smarter. So we played a lot with puzzle solving. So making sure that every house that you find sort of appeals to you, like it draws your attention, and then when you want to come and explore, it's
See,
not
this
not given to you. You still have to work
reminds
for
me
it a
of
little
Witcher
bit. So
3.
it'll challenge you on your observation skills, logic, just trying to
Yeah,
find
Splinter,
how do
I
I get
mean,
into this. So we play a lot with
it'll probably be in the
design,
game,
quest
those
design,
types of objectives.
to offer challenges to players, and you basically come out of it like with a better feeling for the exploration, but you also get to
RIP
see
to Clancy
more
title.
of a
Yeah,
story
yeah,
behind
Full
each of these
Metal. I
locations,
mean,
which we've crafted. So it gave us a little bit more time to sort of slow down the
Ubisoft's taken a
experience
little
and-
too much liberty
and
with the
tell
Clancy
a
title, with the
different
Clancy
version of
name.
the story.
Not staying true to it, especially with Breakpoint.
A poor victim of someone's fury.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about exploration and just finding things out in the world, I was just wandering and came across this clearing and found this kind of morbid altar.
Yeah, so this is one of our bigger events that we have scattered in the world. So as Eivor explores, she can find altars like this. And
Which one was that
by
in, Matt?
interacting with them here, it's a trap that's been set by this character named Regan. Now, there's a bigger story behind all this. There's multiple steps to it later on. So this is one of the moments. It permits us to go into a slightly more mystical realm and play with a boss fight that has more magical abilities, if we will.
Oh shit, look at that.
And basically have this awesome boss fight in the middle of the swamps.
Oh shit.
And so here the abilities that you see Reagan using are a little bit on the mystical side of things. What's happening is Eivor at the beginning in that trap is poison, and so she starts sort of hallucinating, seeing the world in a sort of different
That's
light
cool.
and
That's
filter.
gives them an
And so
excuse to
that's
make
sort of what lets us go into this
different
the
types of
realm
boss
the
fights.
weird.
That's cool, I guess. AC3. You love the rope dart. Oh shit. Should be dead after. Oh.
So we just saw here that Regan belongs to something called the Daughters of Lyria.
Yeah, that's correct. By finding the other daughters, you'll get a little bit more backstory on who they are, so we don't want to spoil that too much.
Full Metal
But it
Wolves
creates
Collector Edition? What do you
a
mean?
sort of greater story that is not on the main
For
pack in any
Breakpoint?
way, but it is still very rich and adds to the lore of this world and actually plays into history.
So we just had a really exciting, really intense boss battle. I think it's time for something a little bit more relaxing and calming now.
Yeah, it's all about pacing yourself with the highs and the lows. So here we have a low chill moment of what we call building a cairn. So Eivor, as she explores the world, will find these sort of meditative areas where you have a pile of rocks that you could just stack on on top of another using physics. And I mean, yeah, the ultimate goal is to try and get the highest pile of rocks, but really it's about taking in the sights, relaxing, taking a step back, and just building something.
Together we stack stones into cairns.
These?
Yes. Think of this as a test of mind and wit. Stack the cairn stones high and wide into any shape you like.
I mean, you can spend as much time as you want building these things, making them as high as you want, as weird as you want. I'm sure, like, a lot of these stuff will end up on the internet.
Oh,
like,
you are talking about this. Just
structures.
YouTube it,
And the
bro. I'm
cool
sure a
thing
lot
is
of.
that
I mean,
once
I
you've
have one
built
on my
it
channel,
and you decide to get
but
out
I'm
of
sure
it,
if you
it sort of
YouTube Ghost
stays there,
Recon
and so that's
Breakpoint
yours, right? And until the moment where
Collector's
you come
Edition
back and you want to build a
unboxing,
new
I'm
one,
sure a lot of
it's
channels will
sort of
pop
cool
up.
that we were able to give that to players to express
You
themselves.
could see
this point
what
in the
was
demo,
with it.
we've
Not much.
explored East Anglia,
Figurine, a few
we've met some
items.
children, we've broken into a house, we fought a boss, we built a cairn. I
If you want to relax, you
now
get off
it's
the
finally
game.
time to go and head off to Oswald's wedding.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
this is the moment it's all been building up to. By the moment you get into the territory,
Can't wait
sort
to
of
see
like
the
mentioned
memes
by
on
Oswald,
this.
that he's trying to get
Yeah,
married
you
with
see how a
his
cutscene,
Dane
you enter a
lady.
cutscene and the
And
weapon
so
disappears.
as you go through
How the hell
arc,
does Ubisoft
that's
not
sort of
fix
like the
this shit
underlying
yet? Why is
thread.
the weapon
Really,
disappearing?
It's about Rued creating turmoil.
Why did that
in
axe
the
just
territory
disappear in
and
the
helping Oswald
cutscene?
sort
It's
of,
stupid.
Get above that and show
There's
that
no
he's a good leader.
collecting for
And so
pre-order
you finally,
in Canada,
after going
which
through
sucks.
all of that arc,
I don't know
finally
why.
get these two together, go through their
Maybe they're just all sold out.
their wedding, and you're invited to attend the ceremony. And then all the
Creative mini
activities
game.
and
Yeah, you
fun
can give them
times
that.
comes
So, you know, to each his own. Some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah, as much as we've seen the brutal side of England, it's nice to see, you know, the joyous side of it as well.
Yeah, and it's something we really wanted to play on in Valhalla, where being a Viking is not only about being a raider or a warrior. I mean, there's revelry, there's feasting, there's partying that goes, and like if someone knows how to party, it's a Viking. And so here, this is one of our opportunities to sort of show what a sort of Viking gathering is. And what's cool here is it's a good alliance of Norse culture with Saxon culture, sort of smashing those two things together, and building bridges.
Getting drunk in game.
What's a wedding without some drunk archery, right?
Where's Splinter Cell? It doesn't exist, Brody. It's in our hearts.
In a Viking event, right?
Splinter Cell is right here.
You just get drunk,
And this is where it lives forever.
Barely a challenge.
DLC will be friends.
And
Maybe.
ready yourself for the wedding race.
Or you just, depending on how the story goes.
My king.
Oh, damn.
So here we see the decision I made to spare Ruid came back to bite us.
They're gonna change the story mode when
that-
it's time. I
that's the
think it's a
decision
little
you
bit too
made,
late. Make good
coming
story
back.
campaign. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna
So,
change the story mode.
As we said before, all of your decisions have
Nice drinking
consequences.
anime. Next
This
gen.
is a big one.
I challenge you.
I accept.
You're basically presented with the option to sort of
Silent
step
Hill,
in for
Konami.
Oswald, fight the fight for him, or
People
let
have been
him
waiting for that forever.
go and fight his own fight.
Yeah, you know, personally, I chose to fight myself because I thought Eivor is the type of person that likes to finish what she started.
Plank by plank, and a dead king cannot keep his oaths. Let
Yeah,
me
Splinter
finish this.
Cell is buried under that rock.
Oswald, you gutless Arya swine! I'll slay the wolf-kissed, then hang you with your own tongue.
That guy has
How does this encounter with Ruid differ from our previous
dreadlocks.
fight with him?
Is
So
he
at this
allowed
point,
to
you've
culturally
eliminated this wolf, so it's
appropriate
just him.
dreadlocks?
And so he's angry at this point, and so he will start using his big gun abilities like fairly earlier on in the fight. So it's way more vicious, way faster. There's less strategy. He goes literally swords blazing at you, and so this is a fight to the death.
The one thing I feel like these AC games need a little. Well, I feel like it's going a
And
little
of course
too
here, like, this is a
arcadey.
decision you made to go and
Like,
fight
there's
him,
just a
but
little
there's
too
multiple
much
outcomes to this scenario. You could have let
arcadey
Oswald
feeling
fight his own
sometimes
fight,
with these
and
movements
prove
and these
basically
fights.
his station as the rightful leader.
So,
if you had eliminated
opinion.
Rued, obviously this would
Breakpoint
not
is the new
have
Splinter
happened. It
Cell.
would have
Yeah,
been a
basically,
slightly more
James. They
joyous
basically
occasion.
just gave you that stealth
But
component in
ultimately,
Ghost
in all
Recon.
scenarios, you still have an alliance
Relaunch
with Oswald.
Breakpoint.
He's proven to be
Oh, yeah, I mean, they could
the
try
right
to do
leader
that,
for this
bro.
territory, and to be a good ally for you.
I think people are.
I promised you an
over it.
alliance, and now you have it.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
And one day I will need you to make good on that alliance.
It is. I'm a fan
So
of classical
we're about to
music.
take off from the
I
wedding,
also like
but
to
Eivor
make
decides it's a good
music
idea to
in
check up on her
digital
friend,
audio workstations like
Yeah, so Finner
Sony
is
Acid
probably
Pro,
one of the more recurring characters in this arc. You get to meet him very
Fruity
often.
Loops.
He's a very endearing character.
make like hip hop music and
sort
stuff
of
like that.
Used to have a Viking life, sort
So
of
I
misses
just
it.
rolled with the name, and yeah,
going through
my little
all these
logo
adventures
is
together
a little
sort of like,
Photoshop of
lights
like
that fire
Mozart
back,
playing video
And
games.
so he's willing to join you in your raiders. So he's one of many raiders that you'll encounter in the game, and you can sort of recruit, bring back home, and then have them sort of join you on your adventures on the Longship. He can
You
tell
like
you
the
these
lock-on
stories that we're
system?
telling you about. You get a little to know a little bit more about him. So again, it's a fun way to sort of discover more about these characters that you meet and bring them along for adventures.
Together.
You know, I
I'll
gotta
gather my things.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of our
A whole
Assassin's
CD
Creed
collection
Valhalla
of,
playthrough.
classical
Fizz,
music.
Thank you so much for joining us. When and where can people play it?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be out on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 and is coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and Stadia on November 17th.
November 17th. That means the consoles are gonna come out at that around that time, guys. Because if it's gonna be launched on that, yo, consoles have to give us dates.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. My name is Eric Pope. I'm the
on a
senior
hard
community
drive.
developer on Hyperscape.
And I'm Graham Jennings. I'm the senior producer on Hyperscape. Hyperscape's now in its open beta
I don't
phase,
care
so you
about
can go to
Hyperscape.
Uplay and download it directly.
So a little while back, we
I'm not
recorded a
fans
match
type,
for you, so we
Virgin
can walk through
EDM,
it moment to
modern
moment,
rap.
explain what's going on
Not a
throughout the
fans
match
type,
of
but-
Hyperscape. There's a lot going on with hacks, guns, the gameplay.
You like?
So Graham and I are going to walk you
you
through
like
it right
EDM,
now,
modern
and,
rap,
you'll enjoy.
or you don't like? I think my nephew's into EDM.
So at the start now, you'll see the insertion phase. There's the 3 of them in the squad, so they're trying to decide on where they want to go. It looks like Helios, which is one of the landmarks, is going to be one of the choices.
So all the places we're seeing on the map right now with like a name above it, that tends to be a higher loot area, would you say?
For one of the big yellow letter ones like this one, this is one of the landmarks. Landmarks tend to have higher density and higher quality loot overall.
Which also means most people will be going there, so you might have...
Usually have a few more friends if you go to a landmark. So in this case though, he's gone outside and he's found a supply crate. So he's starting to loot these instead, so he's looking for both hacks and weapons within those.
Right, so the looting phase...
Looks like everything is trying to be like
Hyperscape, you do have those supply crates that you may be
Overwatch.
lucky enough to find. And what's the deal with supply crates?
Apex
So supply
Legends.
crates are placed around the world, so you'll hear them and then you can go and find them. And then inside them you'll find weapons and hacks. Usually you find slightly better weapons and hacks within them. Here
Yo,
now we're
Nod,
switched,
what's up?
so
It
we're
looked
looking
as
at
bad as the
Chimera
leak, which is a
instead.
concern.
So he's in the
Yeah,
landmark.
right? It didn't look
He's
as
still in the
polished
looting
as you would
phase. As
think
can
for a
see from the
game
red
that
triangle
only
up there, there's actually
has
some friends or not friends
5
within
months
within
left
now.
in production.
Yeah, so the action gets
Maybe
started.
those
Okay,
5 months
right
they could really clean it up. I don't know.
So he's one-on-one. He's
There
going with
was
the
a lot
mass
of
shotgun, against someone
arcadey
who's using the heel hack
fluidity
which is
issues
the
that I
red circle
realized
you
that I
can see.
didn't
So that
like.
player's taking extra health at that point.
Which looks like it helped him hold his ground against that mammoth.
And I believe it helped him survive at that point. There seems to be a few other players in here just now. So the combat started and then eliminations got his first kill. Oh no, so he's just been eliminated actually.
Yeah.
So he just, he's been eliminated and he's turned into
I
an
must
echo
be
now.
getting
So he's gonna
old, 'cause
wait
this
for his
game
friends,
just
to bring him back. So he's
does
going to
not
go to
appeal to
one of
me at
these
all.
restore points, which are basically places where someone else from another squad has
They
been
want that
eliminated. And you can be restored and
nitty-gritty
brought
fan
back
base from
to life at one of
Overwatch.
those
Yeah.
points.
So the action
Trying to
pretty
pull
much
away
never
from like
stops.
Overwatch
If
or
you're eliminated,
now
you're not
Valorant is a new
You're not
one. I
stuck
think
watching a
that's
camera with someone else. You're still
that's
playing.
another
You
one.
can
One of my
inform
nephews
your
is
squad as
playing.
to what's going on, and then you
Like
can call for being
Apex.
restored at one of those points. There's plenty of people, like
on a
you
hard
said,
drive,
who
yeah.
ended up at
I haven't made music in a
At least
while.
3 other squads.
I haven't made any
So you can
beats or
also see
anything
when you have a
in
teammate who needs a revive, it's
maybe like
called
a
out
year or two
Yeah, the
now.
green icon you can see it.
Ever since I got this new computer, I kind of stopped making beats because I made it on my
So
old
Mr. Gomi's
computer.
busy eliminating other players, which will
What?
cause more revive points to appear as well. This guy's low on health, so I don't think he's going to last long.
Okay, so I see once someone's eliminated, they drop a revive point that you can use.
What you'll actually see at the minute now is both Chimera and Elimination are both echoes, so it's just Mr. Gomi by himself at present time. So
Yeah,
can he
the
survive
30
this
frames per
and
but
go?
that's why you got to buy it on PC. Knives. Like I don't know if you have a PC
There's still a
setup,
few other
but
players in here, that's for sure.
even on
So that
even
was
on the
the
next gen
clamp hack he used
consoles,
there.
it's going to be
Basically
30
projected
frames per
himself up in the air.
second.
He landed,
So
he
I don't
dealt
know
some
why
damage,
anybody
and he
would
managed to eliminate
want
one
that
player.
if they have a PC. Like I have a
And then he's
PC,
starting to bring
I'm going to
back,
buy a
Chimera
PlayStation
at this
5,
point. So he's now
but I'm
back
not going to
into
buy
this. So he's got
any
to
game
reload
I
and
could
find
get on
new
my
weapons
PC
again,
on the
because
console.
when you are
I'm going to buy it
eliminated,
on
you
the
go back to
PC
just your melee weapon.
because then I could play it at 60 frames plus, and it, you know, feel better, look better.
So this is the start of the decay you can see. So you see all these blue triangles that are appearing. This is how we basically do, you know, map
Nah,
size,
Full Metal, your
reduction
English
and
is
zone
fine,
reduction
bro.
to bring players towards
Be
the smaller
proud of the
maps
fact
in
that you're
center. So
bilingual.
instead of having
Something
a,
that
you know, a circle that shrinks, we've decided to actually dissolve
is
the map.
And is it kind
very
of the same?
respectable
Will you
and
always
impressive.
know which
and I could
districts
understand
are
you fine,
decaying
brother.
first?
Don't worry
You
about
can
it.
see from the map when you bring it up what's going, and you'll also see the icon when he turns on the left-hand side of the screen a second ago, which shows you where the safe area to go is. So at the top it will show you sector is closing, and then you've got the little icon of the person running with a distance against it. That tells you where to go to the next safe place.
I wish I spoke a second language. I wish I spoke Spanish.
Ping that spot to sort of regroup outside of the landmark.
We're going to take some height as well to start to be able to look for other players.
The Series X, no, the consoles can achieve higher frames. It's just that Valhalla won't be running at that.
Exclamation mark?
Valhalla's going to be running at a minimum 30 frames per second, which means they're not really shooting for. It's going to be 4K, 30 frames per second. Maybe some areas it'll be more, some less. But the standard is 4K, 30 frames a second.
He doesn't want to be below them.
Which is not that impressive in my opinion. I had a video on it a while back when they announced it.
From street level to the rooftops, is that kind of a good way to approach the game of Hyperscape?
Yes, 26. I only speak English, and sometimes it's not even proper English. That's me.
Rooftops are great to see what's going on.
Oh,
but you're also
Rohan, you speak Italian?
So you really need to adjust height and interior and exterior as you go, just to keep yourself safe and to aggressively loot too.
Yeah, a lot of Europeans, they naturally speak multiple languages because you guys all,
that is the top tier
you all live within a
level 5 Skybreaker, which is
huge multicultural
fusion weapons together. So if you have a Skybreaker and you find another Skybreaker,
area,
go to level
so
2,
many
find another
countries
one,
right
go to
next to
level
each
3.
other.
And what he has now, as you
We're
can
here
see
in the States.
bar there with the
You
yellow,
either learn
he has
it
the
from
top
your
tier
parents,
Skybreaker.
where they came from,
So each
or
time
you
use
don't.
a weapon or a hat, it will go up in various different abilities.
So you're basically just to loot up, to fuse up.
But America's becoming more bilingual with Spanish.
Yeah.
A lot of people being raised English and Spanish. That's cool.
So you'll see though on the left, when you see the other players' names.
Yo, Jacoby, what's up, man? Ghost Recon was way earlier. Basically, AI teammates on Wednesday you get 3 of them. The order wheel looked like Wildlands. You can fully customize them from day one with skins on them, whatever. You could give them whatever gun you want as well, and they'll have a secondary weapon with them, an AR. That's basically all the info.
An AOE of heal, so both you and your teammates can come into it, and it will heal you.
You guys want to see it? Does anybody care about Hyperscape?
You can't heal up in your AOE, but they could also use the heal hack themselves if they wish.
Cool.
So you see them now, they're starting to hunt again. I guess I've heard some other players because you can see them starting to move around, and there's a sense that they're not alone at this
Here it
point.
is, right here.
And there's a ping for an enemy, so yeah, the combat started again. So this guy finds
Tell you only
himself
speak
in the
English?
middle, of a bunch
Yes, because you're from
of
England.
players, so he's not in the best spot. Just
You're an English lord.
Yeah, that's the end.
Valhalla's about you, bro. Tell Valhalla's about your ancestors going to war. All right, let's go back and let's just watch this real
So
quick,
he's managed to fusion,
so everyone could
attacks
see
in
it.
again.
Everyone
So
who's
here
here
you
can
see
see
the
it.
decay started, the player found himself out.
All right, let's
of the
check
decay.
this out.
Time has come. Track is coming to the game, and it will be the longest,
Yo,
most
Fred, what's up?
insane track in Trials history.
Care
and
about
it will be
Breakpoint?
free
Yeah,
for
I don't care
all
about that
Trials
Hyperscape
Rising
shit. So
players.
let's actually watch
Now
it
for our
and let's
last game
discuss some
update,
stuff.
the Ghost Recon Breakpoint
Don't
team
care about
is
this game,
ready
not
to
my
share some
target. Yeah, me
details on
neither.
their upcoming
It was like,
update.
eh.
AI
I wanted to
teammates
see if they
are
were going to
coming
do
the game.
more.
Let's have
I'd
a
like
look
to see
at the
more
trailer.
Watch Dogs, but I don't even know if they're going to see it. Let's check it out.
The time has come. AI teammates are back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players, they're gonna be a game changer. Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the
Teammates
first time.
on, off?
Fury, Fix-It, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize them. This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment, or even full costumes. Your teammates can be tweaked just as much as your main character. Just like Nomad, your teammates will adapt and react to the world of Aroa and its environments, and they will always follow your own behavior. If you decide to go stealth, they will equip silencers and crouch, or go prone when possible. But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders to your teammates through the order wheel. There are 4 different orders you can give to your teammates. You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current position, to go to a specific location, and to open fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Got a hostile.
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can even link it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown. The teammates have weapons equipped at all times, a versatile assault rifle to accommodate all situations, and a primary weapon that you will be able to fine-tune. Indeed, apart from mark upgrades and passive bonuses, the full gunsmith is accessible to your teammates, and their weapon of choice will have a direct effect on the battleground. Depending on the type of weapon they have equipped, the teammates will adapt their engagement distance and rate of fire, from close-distance shotgun wielding all the way to long-distance sniper shots. Of course, if you get taken down, your teammates' priority will be to try and rescue you. To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies before getting to you. And they will expect the same from you, especially as you will be able to carry them to safety if the situation requires it. Finally, the teammates will also be your best allies in any vehicle, especially on the road and during high-stake pursuits. The teammates will be available for all solo Ghost Recon Breakpoint players on July 15th, and we cannot wait to see your reactions. We'll see you on the battlefield, Ghosts.
Hey Ghosts, I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team. As you've just seen, the AI teammates are finally landing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint with our next major update on July 15th. Alongside the AI teammates, this update comes with a ton of new content, including a gunsmith upgrade, new PvP content, quality of life updates, and more. You will be able to try it all during our next free weekend from July 16th to July 20th. But that's not all, we've got one last thing to show you. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Aroa, Ghosts.
To anyone listening, this is Haruhito speaking for the Outcasts.
Oh, this is what you were talking about.
We stand against Sentinel's illegal occupation of Aroa. We call on all of Aroa to join us. Separated, Sentinel wins. But united, we cannot be defeated.
And now our very final video for this pre-show is another episode
So-
of our wow moments comparing the craziest and coolest
I don't
skills from
know.
you, our players.
I don't know.
Anyone else want to try to do better than that?
So, what are you guys saying? Carrying the bodies means something, yeah. Let's see. Gives you another reason for a playthrough. Your teammates drive your vehicles to split up in two. Yeah, Rohan, that would have been cool. Now that looks exciting. Yeah, I want to know what the Resistance live event is really all about, but we'll see. So that comes out the 16th. Racing Trail, I don't see separate issue order each team member that will adapt again. Yeah, so this is the thing, right?
Oh, you can interrogate this guy though. Oh, okay.
Alright, so where's this order wheel at?
Time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically. Time, even teammates.
Oh, here it is.
You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current position, to go to a specific location, and to open fire on.
Alright, so here's what I'm wondering, right? This cleared hot. Now it's a different name than just open fire. maybe they act different this time with this cleared hot. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but it would be nice if the go to and the hold, they go to and hold, but you can also clear them hot. So if you could tell them to hold and clear hot, and they'll hold there and they're cleared to fire, that will be cool. If you can clear them hot and move them, that will be cool. But if it acts like Wildlands, which is what I'm really going to assume, then it's really, this order wheel is trash, man. And it's been trash all these years. So I'm going to wait to see if that's how it acts. Because that's how I want it to act. I want to be able to tell them to hold and still have them open fire. I want to point all the way across the map and have them cleared hot while they move. I don't want them to be moving and they're not cleared hot. So that cleared hot might act differently than the open fire in Wildlands. We'll see. I'm not sure. See what's going on down here. Go Valorant. Did it end? Yep, it ended. What's your opinion on the command wheel for the teammates? Expect a lot more, feeling that we might get mortar strike, etc., like Wildlands if the resistance update. That would be a cool idea if this resistance update is not only bringing back AI teammates, but bringing back the ability to call in rebels. That would be cool. And this is the shit that should have been from day one. A Unidad component, a rebel component, and your AI teammates. I guess it took them a while to integrate it into this again, but I don't know.
Threats. The teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Yeah, Tell. I really do hope it does that. I see what they can do. Going hot, going loud equals going loud. Yeah, you know, it just depends if it operates the same as Wildlands, where you say cleared hot and they run around and kill everything like Rambo. It's like, this is one thing that they should have been working on. That's the most important thing. That open fire shit in Wildlands was terrible. You should have total control of them. You'd Karsh, no doubt. Yeah, Jacoby, no problem. If you guys, want to see it again, let me know. The first need to remove the RPG elements of the game. Yeah, for their teammates. MRC. I want to see those wolves get an AI bump. Yeah, I mean, you just got to play the game on extreme. This way it feels like they're difficult because you die so fast. I think I just want better enemy AI. Yeah, like I just said, Fred, you just got to play the game on super hard so it feels like the enemies are difficult because you die really fast. I like the team AI since it adds a little more tactic and strategy to the solo play. Hopefully the resistance missions are good. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the resistance missions bring. And hopefully the AI banter is fun. The AI banter in the old one was fun. I always laughed when who was it? Holt? No, I think it was Midas. No, maybe it was Holt. I think it was Holt. I forget. Was it Holt or Midas who would always say, we get some coca leaves for the altitude? That was always funny. And the banter between you and your teammates was always cool. Enemy spotted. Boom. Going, things like that is fun. Seem unhappy with whatever you get. No, I'm not unhappy. Look at me. Look at this guy. Does this guy look like he's unhappy? Come on. I'm completely content. I think there's a difference between being unhappy and having what's the word I'm looking for? It's not that I'm unhappy. I just have an opinion on what I feel like could be better. But I think a lot. I speak for myself, but I know a lot of people agree with me from discussing things with you guys on my videos. Look, Breakpoint has a lot of issues, from being broken, buggy, released too soon. There have been a lot of issues with the game, and all I do is voice my opinion on what I feel like should be better. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game. We're trying to have fun, but I did have some high hopes for the order wheel to be a bit better. But yeah, I mean, it's not about being unhappy. I just, I wanted to, I've explained this in videos. Playing SOCOM, geez, what, like 18 years ago, having the ability to tell my guy, move there, open fire, move there, hold fire. And then to not have that in a game that I'm playing in 2020, it's kind of like, yo, what's going on here? So I would like to see that happen, which is why I hope that can happen. And that does happen when I go in game on Wednesday. But, I'm not going to hold my breath. It's probably the same copy and paste from Wildlands. But, yeah. Do I think the immersive mode of teammate injury can be configurable? I don't think it can be configurable outside of what you configure. So whatever it is for you, it'll probably be for them. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, Rohan, I just want to critique things in a way where I'm not just ranting. It's one thing that I always try to do in my videos and when I'm talking to you guys and when I'm discussing the games. I don't just like to shit on things for the sake of shitting on it. You'll never see me say, oh, that just sucks. Oh, that's stupid. Like, I'll always explain, like, I don't like this because I feel like it looks like this or it should be like this. Like, I'll always explain myself. This way I can give good feedback. But, it said that Breakpoint had to be the game to reset Ubisoft. Yeah, my game, our game, exactly, Knives. And like I was saying before, it's funny how Breakpoint had to get pushed out, yet now they're going to release Watch Dogs and Valhalla back to back. It's like, well, you couldn't hold Breakpoint off for another 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. But yeah, this game basically made them hold back Watch Dogs. That Watch Dogs got a severe revamp, I'm sure, this past year. That it was 6 months. Hopefully the ML commands down the line. Probably not, Sergio. This is going to be what it is, just like with Wildlands. Like I was saying with that one cleared hot command, I do hope that the cleared hot command does act as a command outside of its own command, which it was in Wildlands. Like you said, open fire in Wildlands, they ran around and killed everything. So if you can't have them hold while cleared hot, then it's like you should be able to hold your team right here and have them cleared hot, and they stay right here and shoot whatever they see. That's how it should operate. You hope there's a proper introduction. I know, but you know what, Impreza 9. They said right here that the minute you walk into Erewhon, they'll be available. So I wonder how it's gonna work.
Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the first time.
Available at any point after you reach Erewhon for the first time. So that's right at the beginning of the game. So I don't know if they're just going to be in like a little corner standing there, and where to assume that they're also soldiers that made it to Erewhon, like the guys you greet in the cutscene when you get to Erewhon. That might be the most we get. Not like Michael Life where he goes insane. Yeah, I try not to be negative. I try to just be, have like constructive criticism. That's all. I think people are just kind of tired of the whole release an unfinished game, then apologize and add some small tweaks and additions. Yeah, Fred, I agree, man. That's the model of the UB game, so it's not, yeah, and I'm trying not to be cranky. If I sound cranky, I apologize. But it's the same like Wildlands. At least they need, they need to protect themselves when they're in a hold position. Yeah, for real, that was broken, bro. You tell them to hold, and I made that in my video where I explain what I want the AI commands to be. That, you tell them hold, and they just stand there and get shot. They'll just stand there and get shot and die. Like, how broken is that? So there needed to be a lot of fixing with this order wheel, and I hope that they did it. It seems like a lot of the work went into how they're going to act with the gun you give them.
They have equipped. The teammates will adapt their engagement distance and rate of fire. From close distance shotgun wielding, all the way to long distance sniper shot.
See, now this, I wonder how this is going to work out. So you give someone a shotgun, is that AI teammate going to walk ahead of you? You give someone a sniper, will they automatically go, like if you can't tell them where to go individually, how is Vasily or whoever you give a sniper rifle going to know to be up on these rocks? That's what I want to know. So that's going to be interesting to play around with. So you are shit out of luck. Oh, wait up. Did I miss something? Finally picked up the season pass. You don't see the Terminator missions anywhere. Oh, that's what you're responding to. Yeah, live events are not in the season pass. Live events are live events. If you miss them, you miss them. You might. I thought there was an ability to replay the Terminator mission, just not the event. Like the event had missions that you might not be able to do, but the core of the Terminator should be part of the year pass, no? Resistance stuff? Yeah, Coleman, we'll see how fun that is. Yo, Knives, that's a really good question. Maybe I'll try to find out. But look in Erewhon, run around Erewhon for there's an Asian girl that you should be able to talk to start, or maybe you have to talk to Maria. I don't know. I would run around Erewhon to see if there's someone to talk to for the Terminator mission. And yeah, go into your mission thing and see if you could select the Terminator area. Oh no, that's episode, I think it's episode 1, right? Yeah, I would just go in game and see if you could figure it out. See if there's a way to click on the Terminator icon in your objectives board and start the mission. See if you could find it. I'm not sure. I'm not cranky. It's why you like my videos. Thanks, Fred. Yeah, I still appreciate it. It's just, a little constructive criticism here and there don't hurt. It feels like a ripoff. Here you have all your bullet sponges. Be happy with it. The entire game feels like the prompt from Wildlands warmed up again. They didn't listen. Yeah, you know why I'm present, because they're just copy and pasting shit just to get this game out. That's why when this game launched, people were like, "What the hell?" When we heard it back in April 2019, we were like, "Yo, another Ghost Recon?" They rushed this shit to just do a money grab, and it backfired on them, man. Like the entire community just got ripped off. How to implement the classes? Oh, yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. They didn't say anything about the classes. They won't. That's why they only fire from pre-established engagement ranges, which are connected to weapons. You can replay the Terminator main missions. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You have to find in-game where to start the main mission, Knives. You plan on streaming another game soon? Yo, so Brody, this Friday I'll be streaming Ghost of Tsushima. And you know what? When the AI comes out, instead of me just going in game, I'll hop on. I'll live stream it and we'll test some stuff out. Who's this guy? You can replay the tournament missions, the check pause menu. Yeah, check the objective menu, Knives. That's what everyone's saying. All the time with the AI teammates, the terrain system that was broke since day one. Yeah, right. We'll see how they'll be able to navigate it. It'll restart your whole mission. There's like 2 or 3 Terminator missions, yeah, but there were a lot of like daily ones that she won't be able to experience. But yeah, the basic 2 or 3, the core of it, she'll be able to play. Cutscenes in the main campaign. Maybe that's what they were working on. They might be there. So, will AI run out of bullets? I doubt it. Ubisoft never thinks that far ahead. They probably think quality of life issues, that people wouldn't want that. So they probably didn't even program it. If you see command menu where Nomad is using it for the first time, there were empty slots below. You think that's for the resistance?
Gear, equipment, or
I
even
did see
full
that.
costumes.
Do you think that's maybe for
Your
the
teammates
the
can be
rebels?
tweaked
There'll be a
just as
rebel
much
wheel
as your
there
main character.
that'll be unlocked.
Just
I
like
would think
Nomad,
that they
your
would.
teammates will adapt and
They would have
react
come
to the
out and
world of
said it.
Aroa and
That's
its
the
environment,
huge selling point.
and they will always follow your own behavior. If you decide to go stealth, they will equip silencers and crouch, or go prone when possible. But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders to your team.
All right, so this is what you were talking about. I mean, that might just be there because that's how the order wheel looks. I mean, we'll see. We will see. You know? Did they improve the gunsmith? So when this launch, they said this comes out on Wednesday, but I don't think this is patch 2.1. I think they're just going to put in the AI. So patch 2.1 still has not been officially confirmed. Unless this will be patch 2.1. So in patch 2, who said that? Maurice. Maurice. So in patch 2.1, the gunsmith will be a little better. I have a video on it. One of my last videos about talking about the gunsmith. You get trigger options for guns that don't have full auto, full auto 3-round burst or single shot. You'll be able to change triggers to get those options on those weapons. There's some new scopes, some new magazines. They changed some stuff on the rail to where the position of your hand is on when you're holding your weapon. So they didn't say anything about PvP, Joseph, but the community manager came out and she said that 2.1 will bring new stuff, but nothing specific. Basically just some bug fixes from what I read in the patch notes, but when the full patch notes come out, we'll get an idea of what everything is going to have. Yeah, we need to wait for the patch notes. Oh yeah, exactly. For the gunsmith, what they fixed maybe. Yeah, so if the patch notes come out tomorrow, then 2.1 will be the entire thing coming out this week. So I would assume 2.1 is coming out this week. I don't know why they would give the AI teammates and not 2.1. That's what they said. They said they were coming with 2.1. So I guess 2.1 is coming out Tuesday or Wednesday, unless the patch comes out Tuesday and then they turn on the switch for this on Wednesday. They will stick by itself. That's what he said. We'll see if that sticks. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if you give them all snipers, will they all be way behind you on a mountain? We'll see. Maybe they'll add more commands. We'll see. I mean, what else could they add? This is the same thing they had in Wildlands. There should be an airstrip or something hitting the ground. Yeah, flanking. That's why you need commands on each one, so you can do like pincer movements and have them flank. Oh, airstrike. That would be cool. That's like rebel support in Wildlands. They're always far behind, and when I use regroup, they get spotted. Yeah, in Wildlands, you couldn't tell them to do anything. If you didn't tell them to do anything in Wildlands, they wouldn't get spotted. If you told them to do something, they had a chance of being seen, which made it. It's like, yo, the system needs a lot of work, and I didn't expect like a just copy and paste. I would have rather not had them at all if they're gonna be the same thing. So we'll see if they are the same thing in this game. Let's hope the live on 16th not broken on day one. For some of us, it will be. You know you're gonna log on and get those mountain errors or silent errors or whatever. Let's see what the teammates do. Yeah, the bullet drop needs to be fixed. Bullet drop in this game is so awkward. So much worse than Wildlands. I'm saying, but if they shoot from farther away, then they have to be way behind you. Yo, Yanman, or Yanman, whatever. How are you gonna customize them? What are you gonna do? Who was telling me they're gonna do like they're gonna put Kyle Reese and Terminator as their someone was telling me in my comments on one of my videos. I was like, yeah, that's funny. What's the AI secondary weapon force? Yo, so double G, D-O double G. So basically they have one primary, which is an assault rifle, or I guess any situation they get into, but then you give them a weapon that acts as their main primary. So if you give them shotguns, I think they'll be up close. If you give them snipers, they'll stay far behind you. So I think it's a spacing issue with how you move around. So that's why they have the two primaries. And then if they get an oh shit, like if you give them snipers and they need to go hot in a firefight, maybe they'll switch off and they'll start shooting. Those empty slots commandment maybe for class special ability for the AI teammates? Maybe. That might be it might be too OP though. I think they're just there because this is the UI that's built in the game. This is the command wheel, right? Like when you go to give your little emotes, like this is what it looks like. So maybe they could put 3 more things down there, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But for now, this is it. I have the feeling that those AI snipers will just adapt on some sweet spots. You won't command them separately. Hold my breath. I want to be wrong though. No, you're not going to command them separately. I think when you give one of them a sniper rifle, I think they're just going to stay way behind you, and maybe the AI will automatically look for elevated positioning. I don't know. That's something that I feel like they went through all the trouble to code that in. Wouldn't it have been easier to just like, look, they have 3 slots here. You want to talk about 3 slots? That should be 3 slots to highlight who you want to give the order to. Highlight this one, tell them go to. Highlight that one, go to. Highlight that one, go to. And you give 3 of them commands to go anywhere. That would have been awesome. Change Nomad's voice actor. Yeah, I mean, that's already done. Maybe for the next iteration, but it is what it is at this point. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe that guy wasn't available or they just wanted to go with someone else. Yeah, Brody, if it was offline, there'd be a lot less issues with connecting, but how about giving them a pistol and knife, see how they do? I wonder, see, that's another thing that would have been cool too, if they worked on giving them orders for like stealth kills and things like that. These things have civilians driving around on the roads to make the map feel more alive during the Resistance update. I hope that during the Resistance update, a majority of the map becomes open, just like what you say, Sergio, and it gets to the point where the roads are populated. That would be a huge undertaking and something that we would have to see in the patch notes, and I'm sure they would discuss something like that, but I haven't heard anything like that. Yeah, there's not going to be offline mode. We already went through that. They've already said they're not doing it. This game is what it is at this point. You know, like whatever. All 3 at the same time, not the old games. They'll tell. What then you do, instead of having those commands there on the wheel, have each of your teammates and then have a second wheel for their separate commands. Yeah, dude. Or these 3 right here, Like you highlight this one and it stays on that one, right? So right now I would be, I'm ordering one of my teammates, and then boom, I give them an order and they go do whatever. Then I just move it, I highlight this here, and now I could always give order to that. Like you could, it would be fine to just switch between these three and give an order. Like you go to it, you hit X or something, you hit a button, and now you've activated. Like they could have all faces, all their faces could be here. So you go here, you press it, and now you're activated on this one. You go here, you press X, you go here, you press X, and then you could give them their order. Like that would work. But they would have had to program the fact that you can give 3 of them separate orders, which I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know why they didn't. I really don't. You know why they didn't? Because I'm not the one giving the orders out to Ubisoft Paris. If I was the one, it would have got done. Community feedback? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Splinter. I think they're probably done with community feedback. They probably hate us. Because all we do is give them feedback. But if they get it right the first time, I mean, we wouldn't really have to criticize, you know, their mistakes so much. They improved the CQC. It's slow. Yeah, Dark. There are a lot of animations that don't come out. I hope they do fix that. I don't think they're going to fix the speed, because then they'd really have to edit the animations. What I'd like is when you go to stab them, that the magnetic force stops. Like you go to stab a dude and sometimes he'll slide to you. Like that's just, wow. It just ruins the immersion. Especially when I'm making my video, it looks so bad. I have to edit it a certain way so you don't see it. Yeah, dude, Full Metal. Those original Ghost Recon games and the original SOCOM games, you know, I made videos on this, on what I want to see from the AI teammates, man. I even looked at something like Freedom Fighters, where you had 12 AI teammates and you could tell each one of them, you cycle through them and you could tell each one of them to go somewhere. That's what I wanted to see. Melee takedowns a really repetitive run. Yep. Cycle through the takedowns instead of weird. Yeah, for real. Cycle through them or make them, you know, just make them more the probability of seeing all of them. Just if you see the same one twice, you should see the next one. Yo, Rohan, later, bro. I'll see you, man. Common sense is all the feedback they need. I know, and I feel like a lot of the things are like common sense issues. Tell the CQCs they're broken, man. There's a lot of issues with them. While making my Splinter Cell video, I had to go above and beyond to get different angles and edit things so it didn't look like shit. Swain, you wished went back to the first Ghost Recon. We made bad decision and get them killed. They really died. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be really cool, man. That was something I discussed that. I forget what video. Can't remember. I had discussed it where basically you have randomized AI in Erewhon, basically like survivors, and you go and you recruit them to be on your squad, and when you go out, if they die, they're gone. You have to go back to Erewhon to get a new AI person, and that would be a new character. Now, of course, you should be able to customize them as much as you want, so I guess when you think about that, and people wanting to customize their AI characters, I guess killing them would make no sense. Because if one died and you went and got another one, you'd just put the same skin on them anyway. So I guess these are things that the developers think about, and they're like, it probably just doesn't even make sense to have them die. Because then at that point, in order for you to feel your AI characters die, they would need to have some type of characteristics that, you get attached to that you lose. So that means you wouldn't be able to dress them up the way you want. So I don't know. You know, it's like kind of like give and take. You got to weigh out all the options of how you want to build the system and how you want it to work. I think more people would probably want to dress their AI characters up the way they want, rather than lose AI characters and have to go back to Erewhon and get new guys. I think that would be really, really, really cool, though, in my opinion. Me personally, I would sacrifice making my AI look the way they want if there was like a mechanic like that, where you went out into the real world and if they died, they were dead. And you had to go back to Erewhon and recruit more guys or recruit more soldiers. Some type of mechanic like that I think would be really cool. Told them what we wanted, 1/4, 3/4 not want, blame upper office BS. I mean, it's because the upper offices, they're always trying to push, they just push the game out too soon, man. I think it all comes down to the fact that the programmers, the designers, they didn't have enough time to make what they wanted. 18 years ago, yeah, for real. Yeah, that would be a good idea, Full Metal. I'll look for it. I'll buy it. I'll see if I can buy it on Uplay or something. Yo, Wolf, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Expendable teammates. Yeah, exactly. 26. Exactly. Imagine teammates having sync shot, drone, full base will be. I know, yo, and you guys realize that too, right? I rarely come across a point where I need to kill that many people. This is going to be so OP. Oh, that's another thing we didn't even get into. Yo, if the sync shot, if they have the magic sync shot where they're shooting through walls again, I'm going to be super pissed. It's basically going to be a complete copy and paste job. One thing that annoyed me in Wildlands that I discussed when my channel had like 20 subs, back when I covered the Wildlands beta, was that the sync shot going through walls was absolutely ridiculous and was the biggest piece of shit programming hack I've ever seen. And if they still do that in this game, it's going to be a complete embarrassment in my opinion. But now, moving forward to discussing this, between your 3 sync shot drones and your 3 sync shot AI characters and your ability to shoot an enemy, you can target 7 players at once. And I'm trying to think when I've ever seen 7 players just standing in one spot. I've seen it before. It happens, but it's so rare throughout the entire map that the sync shot is going to be OP. I mean, look at this.
Got drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown.
7 targets.
The teammates have weapons equipped at all times. A versatile open fire on nearby enemies.
7 targets at once.
These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Got a hostile.
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can even link it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown. The teammates have weapons equipped at all times. A versatile assault rifle.
7-target takedown. That's crazy. Ubisoft traded immersion in their games for literally anything else. Yeah, they traded immersion for this RPG, open world, Witcher 3 type of shit. Their immersion breaking animations and mechanics are too blatant. Yeah, like you have to consciously ignore the stuff about Ubi games to enjoy. Yeah, you're right. And I hope at least, Watch Dogs looked really, really clean in my opinion. I think Watch Dogs is going to be a fun game. Give them random personality and skill set like this, like a good sniper. Okay, gunner, not a great one. Yeah, for real. And maybe even the ability where you can build them up. I have to find that video where I discussed, maybe it was my AI video, what I want from them. I forget. But I had discussed that maybe if you're in the field with them for a long time, their skills get better little at a time. So if you lose that character, you feel it. And it makes you, as a team leader, not want to be careless with your team, especially if you, let's say you're playing for an entire month with the same 3 characters, and you know you're being careful when you're going into bases and you lose one. Like, yo, you're gonna feel that shit. Like, that person who you've been building up to get really good is dead now, and you got to go get a new guy who starts from average, and you build up certain areas. Like, I think that would have been a really cool area to explore, but instead they're too busy making tiered loot. Like, where you could focus on really making your AI teammates, the focal point of the game. They go and they make tier loot the focal point of the game. Like, who's running this shit? You want to customize the AI teammates look like Navy SEALs, green? Yeah, for real. That would be cool. And that's how it's going to be. You're going to be able to customize them. It's too easy no matter what you do, who dies and how. You don't lose anything. It means nothing. Yeah, Impreza, exactly. You know? And you know what? If you did build up skills, then at least then you can skin your AI however you want. But if that one AI character dies and you have to go get a new one, you could put whatever skin you want on them or whatever gear. But that AI character who you built up would now, when you get a new one, they have to start, you know, from here again, and you have to build them back up. Sync shots, stealth, not being seen, and their attributes get higher and higher. That would be a good way for it to work. Omnipresent heart attacks, sync shots. Yay. Yo, Cravacho, what's up, bro? At least they're releasing it, teammates. Yeah, at least they're, yeah, Dark Knight. I mean, they're releasing it. Take care. Yo, Knives, thanks for stopping by. Time to go to Bedfordshire. Is that Bedfordshire? I never heard of it like that. So it's late over there, huh? Yeah, it's like 5 hours ahead, right? So yeah. Time for bed for work tomorrow. Alright, so good night, Knives. When playing my boys with a team before the game, always adjust the number of enemies. So some bases will literally have like 50. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Jan, man, that's a good point. Maybe now when you have your AI, there'll be a lot more players. So that's a good point. 7 kills at once, kill entire combo at 1 click, for real. Got a hostile, not a description of where this hostile might be. Nothing, great. Oh man, it's just the banter. At least the banter is back. We'll see what type of dialogue they have, if there are any kind of like little jokes that the community has had the past year or so. The beauty of that combo with the kill shot drones, you could in theory be on one side of a compound and use the teammates to sneak on the other side. But that's the thing, dude. In Breakpoint, in Wildlands, it wasn't like that. They would literally just shoot through walls. So I want to know if they're going to shoot through walls this time, if it's going to be that stupid. Because that shit takes me right out of the game. Just like what you said. Now, if you had to tell them to move to this area and then sync shot because they don't have line of sight, that would be dope. That would be dope. You have to use your drone to get high and tell them to move, and they flank the whole compound so they can hit their targets. But I have a feeling it's going to be more of the same, where they'll just shoot through walls. We'll see. Watch Dogs can be Game of the Year contender? Maybe. It looks heavy, man. It looks like they really put in a lot of effort into making that game do a lot. If enemy AI is not fixed, no fun. Yeah, Ram. Honestly, dude, if you want it to be difficult, you just have to play on the highest difficulty so you die fast and it seems like the enemies are good. 7's too much. It is a lot, man. The sync shots going through walls. Yeah, for real. Open fire, teammates turn all their guns, including snipers, into light. Yeah, for real. It was nuts. I hope it really is tweaked in this game, but we'll have to wait and find out. Neutralize multiple access points at the same time. How to get metal parts without gear score is so difficult. I haven't even played in immersive mode because the keybind is broken. Uplay staff did something impressive. Things might not be perfect. You got to give them the credit for their hard work. just for us to enjoy these games. Definitely Dark Knight. I mean, I still love these games. I just think there are a lot of core creative decisions that were wrong and was just the wrong direction for the game. Tiered loot was a terrible decision. All these loot boxes because of tiered loot was a terrible decision. Raids was a terrible decision in the way they designed it with basically RoboCop drones. Like there was just a lot of bullshit that we had to go through with this game. Do I 100% appreciate the development, the programmers, the creative, the artists and all that? Yes. Can a lot of things be better? Like the creative team thinking of better ideas, the writing team writing better missions? Yeah, I believe so. I think that's where they need a lot of work. Will the entire map finally be unlocked? If you're talking about being able to go into the raid, no, probably not. Permadeath, no respawn. Yeah, man, that's how they had the ghost mode. So yo, Impreza, peace, man. Thanks for stopping by. Wouldn't even mind waiting for the AI teammates until the end of July just to get a rescue mission or something to meet them. Yeah, for real. It's basically gonna, maybe it'll be a quick cutscene where you meet them. I don't know. Wonder what happened to Hawkins and Grant. I don't know, man. Hawkins and Grant seem to have gotten killed 10 times over. I think the shoot the wall should be based on what the wall's made out of and the weapon being used. I mean, I'm not saying that if you're in a firefight that there shouldn't be damage to walls and shooting through walls. I'm just saying that when you give a sync shot to a target behind the wall that you have no line of sight for, you should have to move your team to a place where they could see them. You know, like distinguishing between that is the real concept. There's no way you're going to sync shot through a wall that you can't see the enemy. Yo, 26, thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words. You're like without HUD and extreme difficulty, and you suck. You just gotta keep playing, man. You gotta practice. Gear scope, because immersive mode is no joke. You'll get killed in a second. Yeah, even with your gear score on, if you play on extreme, you get killed pretty quick. But yeah, that's what I was saying with yeah, man. If people really are having a hard time with the AI, you just have to play on extreme so you die fast and it feels like the AI kick ass. Yeah, nah. Yeah, Tell. I don't think there's no fixing it. They're just trying to push out what they can to appease people. I'll be surprised if they have a year 2 season pass. Like, what else are they going to do with this game? Like, episode 3 needs to just complete the story and the game just needs to be what it is at this point. I don't even know what the hell they're going to do at this point. The AIs will have personality. Yeah, they'll have. I'm sure they will. I hope they will not remove the entire audio dialogue. So then, like in Wildlands, they removed all of it. Wait, in Wildlands, your guys don't talk to you anymore? I mean, I haven't played in so long. If the community will complain again about banters, I think they ended up toning it down, right? That they I think I do remember that early on when it first came out, they spoke a lot more. It's realistic, that's why you love it. Yeah. Yeah, immersion mode is where it's at. I would like to play more immersion mode, but until they fix the keybinds, I can't do it. See No Evil, what's up? With the new updates, what's coming soon? Is there new missions as well? See no evil. So basically, your AI teammates and live events coming.
The time has come.
Here it is.
AI teammates are back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players, they're gonna be a game changer. Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the first time, Fury, Fixit, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize them. This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment, or even full costumes. Your teammates can be tweaked just as much as your main character. Just like Nomad, your teammates will adapt and react to the world of Aroa and its environments, and they will always follow your own behavior. If you decide to go stealth, they will equip silencers and crouch, or go prone when possible. But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders to your teammates through the order wheel. There are 4 different orders you can give to your teammates. You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current position, to go to a specific location, and to open fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Got a hostile.
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can even link it to your 3 sync shot
Dark.
drones
That would be cool, man.
for a simultaneous 7-target takedown. The teammates have
But I
weapons
guess
equipped at all times.
probably be work that
a
not enough
versatile
people really
assault
care
rifle
about.
to accommodate all situations, and a primary weapon that you will be able to fine-tune. Indeed, apart from mark upgrades and passive bonuses, the full gunsmith is accessible to your teammates, and their weapon of choice will have a direct effect on the battleground. Depending on the type of weapon they have equipped, the teammates will adapt their engagement distance and rate of fire, from close distance shotgun wielding all the way to long distance sniper shots. Of course, if you get taken down, your teammates' priority will be to try and rescue you. To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies before getting to you. And they will expect the same from you, especially as you will be able to carry them to safety if the situation requires it. Finally,
Well, the AI teammates
will also be your best allies
you
in
don't.
any vehicle.
They're
especially on
free.
the road
You don't won't
during
need like the
high-stake
year 1
pursuits.
pass.
The teammates will be available for all solo Ghost Recon Breakpoint players on July 15th, and we cannot wait to see your reactions. We'll see you on the battlefield, Ghosts.
300 hours on your campaign save. Yeah, man. Sounds about right.
Hey Ghosts, I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team. As you've just seen, the AI teammates are finally landing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint with our next major update on July 15th. Alongside the AI teammates, this update comes with a ton of new content, including a gunsmith upgrade, new PvP content, quality of life updates, and more. You will be able to try it all during our next free weekend from July 16th to July 20th. But that's not all. We've got one last thing to show you. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Aroa, Ghosts.
To anyone listening, this is Haruhito speaking
Yeah,
for the
you know what, Swain's sync shot feels a little cheesy. You know, it's kind of like just a free kill button, which is why I talk about the line of sight issue, because that makes it even more cheesy.
Call on all of Aroa to join us. Separated, Sentinel wins. But united,
It's 300 hours is still solid, dude. You know, like, you still have a life. Other games. Plus the game wasn't so amazing that you want to sit there and play over and over and over again.
And now our very final video.
So yeah, whoever was asking, that's basically what it was. Yo, Fred, thanks for stopping by, man. Later. You would play if there wasn't if there were less drones. The drones kind of kill it. That's why you need to run out as echelon. You run out as echelon class, and you use your shock pistol to just kill drones. 1, 2, 3. The drones do really ruin the experience. You're right, David. Tell with a question mark. Oh, my bad, Tell. Got buried. In this trailer, did they show the AI teammates while playing in stealth? I mean, I just showed it again. They show you creeping around and not really, dude. I really wouldn't expect much more than what we experienced in Wildlands or what they just showcased, because you want to know why? If they had more, if there was more meat on this bone, they would show it. If they had more to give us, they would let us know. So right now they're just hyping up what we already know, what we experienced in Wildlands. So, they really didn't showcase any of that. I said before, it would be cool if you could do like double stealth kills or things like that. Sync shot mechanic has no place in this game or Wildlands. Yeah, man. Yep. SOCOM 2 was the game. Blade Runner, you are correct, man. A lot of my inspiration of what I would like to see in Ghost Recon games today are things that I experienced 18 years ago in SOCOM 1. And if they could do it 18 years ago, I know they could do it today. It just takes programmers to sit there and figure this shit out. What do they program? What is this game programmed in? How do they build these systems out? C? C++? Bro, I'm about to spend the next 5 years of my life learning C or C++. And then I'm going to go apply for a job and build this shit out. You think they wanted to get their teammates out to get more players playing? Then they will enhance it? Yeah, Jay, that's, of course, they want people to come back into the game, possibly buy the game, buy season passes. They still want to get revenue out of this game. They could have done a way better job if they would have given the game another 6 months and not rushed it out last year. They didn't show gameplay during the forward. So Jay plays. Did you just see what I showed? That's all they show for Ghost Recon. The forward that we just went through. We saw Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Hyper, the Battle Royale game, and that's about it. Recon and Breach. Even teammates are not exactly what we want. Playing with know-how with them, it's going to be sick. It's going to be fun. I agree, man. It's going to be a nice change of pace. You have 400 hours in Dreams. Holy shit, yo, Tell, are you making your own game, bro? Sneaky bastard. I kind of wish they did a remake for the first Ghost Recons. Yeah. Not even a remake. They just need to get back to those core principles of tactical shooter. More milsim than fantasy. More hardcore than arcade. Live events make sense for the narrative shift. Yeah, it's true. I like the live events. I think they're a nice addition to the game. Sync drones are necessary when you got AI enemies patrolling a certain route. Yeah, I mean, the sync shot is fun. I think for most of us it's just a little OP, which is why I feel like at least if they worked on the line of sight issues, like if you're in the middle of the jungle and you see a patrol like what you're saying, sync shot makes perfect sense. You can take out a few guys with all of you. But if you're in the middle of a base and you're in a bad position on the ground and you're trying to sync shot dudes in towers and they're just shooting through things without having line of sight, like some things just don't make sense. They should limit you to only 2 sync drones, bro. 6 sync drones at the same time. The 3 you have and your 3 teammates. I was under the impression that it would be either or, that you'd either be solo and you'd have the drones, or you could use your teammates, or at the very least you could do 3 total between your teammates and the drones, which I guess wouldn't make sense for the teammates because the drones do the job in itself. But to have 6 at once and you as the 7th taking down someone else, that's heavy, man. Heavy hitter. Find people understand the power of telling your teammates when to open fire. Yeah, bro. Yo, Billy. It's I don't think the problem is like, yo, the open fire would be better. Like I like talking about Wildlands, right? It's not that I don't underestimate the power of open fire. I don't like the mechanic of the open fire for what they do. Like I want to tell my guys, hold here and open fire. So we're just going to sit in an Overwatch position and pick off enemies. You tell them to open fire and it's 3 all out of sync Rambo crazy AI teammates that just run everywhere, kill everything while you just sit there. Like I just want that to be fixed. I want to be able to say, go hot, move there, and they actually move while hot. I want to say, hold here, go hot. They hold here and go hot. That's how I wanted the controls to be. I don't want to be creeping around and see a dude and say, open fire, and they open fire and then they keep running and they start running around. Like I want them to follow me and still have their guns hot. Yo, Full Metal, later, bro. Thanks for stopping by. It could have at least gives the option to tag only 1 team. Yeah, that would have been cool too. If you could choose 1, 2, or 3 teammates, that would have been an idea as well. I'm not sure why they wouldn't have been able to do that. You should have an option to hold your handgun like Sam Fisher. Would have been really good. How to hold your handgun like Sam? What do you mean? How does Sam Fisher hold his handgun? I'm trying to think. Are you talking about like cutscenes or the game? You mean like putting your gun away and walking without your weapon in your hand? Did Wale's teammates become mute or what? I played in 2019 and they were talking did you remove the feature? I haven't played for a while. Oh, that's what we were talking about before, Stein, right? Damn, I'm really backed up here, huh? Yeah, I haven't played in a while. No, you know what I think it was, Stein? Like I said, in the beginning, they talked a lot more and then they kind of nerfed it a bit. Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. They're dead silent? Holy shit, they're dead silent now? So they don't say anything at all? I don't know. God, I don't play that game. Yeah, this game needed another year of development. Yep. Season pass, it's only for 1 year, which is a bit silly. Why not just have all the time? Just that's how they make their money, see no evil. Try to get you to buy shit every year. Update the graphics original, you see your weapons would be great. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Just playing your games, bro. Oh, you playing, oh, okay. All those tutorials. Oh, alright. Should make a game, tell. Alright. Yeah, Wildlands Open Fire was a cheat code. Someday they'll make a game, not now. They're designing game for bad players. Yeah, Jay plays. I agree, bro. They're designing it for kind of like, it's just too much of an arcade feel. Where you can hold your pistol like Sam Fisher and John Wick. I don't get it. How does John Wick hold it? Some shit like this or something? How does Sam Fisher hold it? They still talk, Ronnie? Yeah, so you know what? I think it's probably has to do with how it was when the game first came out. Aim and shoot, it's called Relock. Oh man. So Crazy, man. This is gonna be a fun week. Oh, gotta eat some food. So all right, so I guess I should probably get a video out about the AI teammates. Oh man. Talk about this resistance shit real quick, get the info out there. I need to eat some food. Let the AI open fire, but stay close. Yeah, exactly. Snoop Dogg. So DOGG, you know, it's probably like the basic fundamentals of any command system. And it just doesn't make sense that they don't have it. Getting back to the forums, I want to see Breakpoint step on the gas. Yeah, you got to. Go, yo, Tell, bro, I can't wait. Oh my god, I can't wait. Yo, Tell, is it I gotta see. They didn't have a Thursday release for Last of Us, I guess because of Corona. So I hope they have a Thursday release for Ghost of Tsushima. If not, whatever, I'll pick it up Friday. But I can't wait for that shit. Yeah, something like No Doubt. Later, man. Thanks for stopping by. What would you say if there was a Breakpoint type of game with Modern Warfare graphics? I'm gonna keep dreaming. Yeah, I mean, see, for me, I'll take graphics like Fortnite. I will take Fortnite graphics if the mechanics of the game were superior than anything I've ever played. Like, I don't need ultra realistic graphics. I want gameplay that feels amazing. The new update does look good, and we have to wait to see how it goes for the new update for the gun. Yeah. Thanks, Evil. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a quick video, get the footage out. Would have gotten some attention from Delta Company. Your AI video, Nameless King? What AI video is that? Center access relock, aka like how John Wick shoots his gun, is how Special Forces shot their handgun. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, random guy. How much? Maybe they'll do a season 2. Maybe they'll do a year 2. We'll see. But with the PlayStation coming out, like, I don't even know. Do you think? I don't know. We'll see, man. Gameplay, yeah, for real. Jay plays. Like I said, man, I'll take Fortnite graphics if the mechanics were just amazing. Iceman himself. No matter really holds his gun like John Wick and Sam Fisher. Ali Aiz, why do I see a YouTube logo here? What does that mean? I want the AI teammates to be able to move somewhere stealthily without being spotted when I want them to. Well, I mean, you're going to have to move them accordingly then. You can't just say go here with the enemy looking at them and expect them not to get seen. You're going to have to really pinpoint their maneuvers. I would just like to see them just not suck. I'd like the commands to be better. Oh yeah, the E3. That it wasn't even E3. There's just it was the premiere. They had like I think it was a Twitch premiere or something back in April, where they showcased he was getting shot. Oh, he was like, oh, he fell down. He slid down the hill. He bandaged himself up, gave him a shot of adrenaline, kept it moving. Like, that whole shit looked legit. And then we started getting info that the AI wasn't there, and there was tiered loot and loot crates and the RPG system, and there were enemy levels, and enemies, took damage according to your level. And then we got all this shitty info that they've been trying to fix ever since. So, like, Honestly, I want to know how the creative director of this team was able to pass this shit along and nobody was like, this is terrible. No. I never played Time Splitter. Patch notes AI teammates how they work in game. Why don't I have a hitman like Drake? Exactly, dude. If Hitman could figure it out, why can't these guys? Who the hell, like, who's gonna sit there and lift a 200-pound, 220-pound grown man with 60 pounds of gear on him from the floor over his shoulders? And in my opinion, I think it comes down to the programming, man. And that maybe the animating. Obviously they can program it, but maybe they couldn't animate it without weird ragdoll physics and then being all bouncy. So they were like, whatever, just throw it over the shoulder. It's easier. Plus, I think they have that, maybe they have that in their engine. All their games, they throw over the shoulder. So that mechanic or basic animation is already built out to be utilized for each team. And then each team just kind of tweaks it to their game. That's probably why too. Ernesto, what's up, man? This team hates the subject matter. That's why? Yeah, you think so, man? Yo, you could be right, bro. They have no passion. Like, yo, I was on Netflix last night. So, yo, I was super bored. I'm scrolling on Netflix, and I realized that Netflix now has Act of Valor. Like, they didn't have it before, so they must have just got it. Scrolling, boom, Act of Valor. I was like, what? Boop. I sat there and watched Act of Valor again. I don't know how many times I've seen that movie, but, like, for real, they probably have no passion when it comes to this genre of game. And, I mean, regardless of the animators and programmers and all that, they just do their job, but it really comes down from the top, the creative team, on what are the ideas we're going to put into this game. And I think they just took what was in The Division, Assassin's Creed. They took these components that are already built out in their Anvil 2.0 engine, and they just utilized them for this game. And that's how we got this shitty ass game, man. I'm not shitty ass game, just those shitty ass mechanics. They need better coders and facial animators. I don't know if Ubisoft Paris is that bad or if they just didn't have enough time. Could be though, man. Who knows? Time Splitters was a great PS2 game. And PS2. I'm getting old. I had to cancel Ultimate pre-order and Uplay. Like, really, I was hype after Wildlands. Yeah, well, I got the collector's edition, the Wolves edition. You commented on the video? Oh, okay, I did. So I watched your video and commented on it? Oh, wait. Shit. Did you send it to me? Or did I see it in a forum? Alright, well, maybe you posted it in the forums? Yeah, they don't, that shit doesn't get through, man. They do their own thing. Over parts of the game, like how they did the Rainbow. Yeah, maybe. But the only difference with Rainbow Six is that Rainbow Six had the entirety of this console cycle's lifespan. Now we're entering next gen, where all these games are basically going to wither away and die. So it's not going to be worth it to have a year 3, year 4, like they did with Rainbow Six. Year 2, maybe, because not everybody buys the next consoles right away. Not everybody's going to go out and buy PS5, Xbox Series X right away. So they could have a year 2 that maybe makes some money for them. But year 3, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure Splinter Cell, that it's real to get people out of certain situations. But I just think that for like you kill an enemy and you want to put him in the bush, you would just drag him there and put him in the bush. Like, you're not going to just lift an enemy to drag him 5 feet. However, if you're taking your teammate out of a, you know, an area where you're getting shot up and you're retreating, yeah, you're going to throw him on your shoulders and run. Said 1,000 devs for 2 versus 30 devs for 5 years to work Ghost Recon Breakpoint. No way. Oh, wait. For 2 years. Can't wait for the 15th for real, man. I just want tomorrow to come and go already. And then, and then Tuesday has to come and go. Oh, man. I'll see Production 2.0. Go to bed, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I think that's the point, Iceman. It's like 2 different things. You know, if you're leaving a, you know, a firefight trying to get your guy out of there, eventually you're gonna have to, you know, carry them somehow. But for real, for like a something quick, there should be just a drag. Trump gave y'all stimulus checks. Everyone getting an Xbox and PS. PS5's on Trump. Oh shit. Depends on the circumstances. Just like you don't break dance while prone and clear field when they're shooting at you. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It depends on the circumstances, Splinter. Which would be cool if they had both. But I guess that'd be a waste of resources. They really only need one. The drag would... People want the drag because the carry takes too long. The way they animated it, like you put them on your shoulders, and then you stand there for a second and you're just stuck before you can finally move. And I think that's the major issue. Random guy. You don't think that even the team will save this game? Well, there's no saving this game. There's only those of us who are still here that are looking forward to this. I don't think... If you haven't bought this game yet, maybe it'll bring you, you know, you catch it on sale, $5, $10. It's worth the purchase at this point now, maybe. But yeah, there's no really saving it. The cutscene where the injured nomad was dragged by Walker, exactly. How funny is that? Wildlands had Predators and Breakpoint had Terminators. What next Ghost Recon game use? Antifa. Pink-haired Antifa women with Molotov cocktails. Team Sony. Eva Tiger, you're late. Yo, Bayz, what's up, bro? Thanks for stopping by. It's cheapest chips at the moment. Yeah, yo, dude, in order to make my my Splinter Cell movie, I was using the free game. Like, they had where you could make an account for free as long as you play with someone else. Your account won't go down, like the minutes. But then on the Epic Store, it was $10. And I bought it. I was like, I'll just buy a second one. So now I can make as many theatrical videos as I want. Wildlands had 30 devs for 5. Oh, that's what you're saying. Wildlands had 30 devs for 5 years. Breakpoint had 2 years with 1,000. And that's why it's like a mumbled mess. We need to be able to control each AI teammate. Yo, man, I made a video on that. You know, but it's, you know, who am I? I'm just some Joe Schmo on YouTube. It looks like they just copy and pasted a lot of things here. Yo, Bay, so what did you think about everything, bro? Did you, I'm assuming you watched the Ubisoft Forward, but did you see the last 5 minutes before the Forward started, they showed the Ghost Recon Breakpoint resistance footage and the AI teammates. Did you check it out? What'd you think? They should do a rework for the engineer class, special ability to disable drones with 200-meter range and more. Yeah, I mean, the engineer class should have had that, and then they gave the shock pistol the ability to disable the drones. So I don't know, whatever. Great thing coming. More news to come. Oh, shit. AZ got the inside scoop. Nothing you've already seen, but I'm pumped, man. Got plenty of stuff coming. Hell yeah, get it out. Yeah, but you know what, babe? We were discussing the command wheel and the fact that I just hope that the go hot doesn't act like Wildlands. Because if it's the same as Wildlands, then I'm going to be a little disappointed in the command structure. See right here, cleared hot, bay. Like if you can say go to and clear them hot, and it's not two different things. Like in Wildlands, if you said move here and then you told them to fire, they wouldn't go to that position anymore. They just run around and kill everything. If you told them hold here and then said open fire, they'd run around, right, bae? So if you can tell them hold here and cleared hot and they stay there and they just pick off things while cleared hot, that would be cool. Which I don't think that's going to be the command system. I'm pretty sure it's going to be just like Wildlands. But if it does work like that, I'll give the programmers much props. Make a comparison video between Wildlands teammates and Breakpoint. Yeah, Tomahawk. If there is a video to be made for that, I'll do it. If there's actually a difference, I'll do it. If there's no difference, there won't be a point. You don't think they had 1,000 people work on this, but rather they brought them over to finish the game before launch? Well, I know that they spoke about they had different teams. They had a lot of different teams working on different things. And I think that's why a lot of the things in the games feel like a mess. Like things didn't, like, remember the original Nomad face that everybody wanted? And now they changed it to the one in game. Like they had one person make this, then they had another person make that. And then when it came together, shit didn't mix. Not sure enemy drones my AI will work. Yo. No today or ever. Yo, so no today. You can sync shot 6 people at the same time, bro. 6 people at the same time. You can give them all the abilities. You could give the command to do it all. Watch.
The teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Got a hostile.
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can even link it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown.
See that?
The teammates have weapons equipped at all.
7-target takedown, including if you shoot someone. So that's crazy. The aiming's better in Breakpoint, 100%. Yo, Dylan Dwally. The animations for the aiming in this game is a lot better. When you go around corners and he kind of creeps. Like, I definitely like the animations in Breakpoint. 100% are better than Wildlands, in my opinion. Yo, Sergio, later, bro. Thanks for stopping by, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and Wednesday, baby. Yeah, definitely, bro. Just see what I can't say what. Oh yeah, nah, Bay, definitely. Well, I'll see you on oh, Bay, are you able to play it as a Delta? Like, are you able to play early? Yeah, Bay. I know, yo, it's crazy, right? 7 dudes at once. No, yo, Ice, go hot means kill anything that moves, exactly. But you should be able to say hold here and go hot. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to say move to that location and go hot. Move to that location, hold fire. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in Wildlands, it was hold here and they just sat there. Then when you said open fire, they ran around. If you said move there and then you said open fire, they just ran around and killed everything. So that's all I want with the commands. I just want to be able to say, yo, hold here, go hot. So you could sit in like an Overwatch position on a mountain and just sit there picking dudes off. Like, that shit would be dope. And that's what I've been advocating since Wildlands. So we'll see how that works. The teammates' role will change based on the yeah, exactly. Nameless King. That's going to be something to look into or look to really play around with, to see how the AI acts around you given a specific gun. If you give them snipers and they stay 10, 20 meters behind you, or they automatically try to find high ground, that's going to be interesting. I want to see how they programmed it and how that's going to actually work. Okay, babe. Yeah, no doubt. We'll see. We'll see on Wednesday. Now that you played that for the 7th time, I see. You're giving your sync shot to each teammate, and then y'all can shoot and take down. Yeah, your 3 teammates get a sync shot, and then we have the sync shot drones on our that this game has now separately, that you could kill 3 people. So your 3 teammates, your 3 drones, and then you could shoot someone. Boom, 7 people in one shot. It's silly. Give us the ability to select ghosts. Yo, Provacho. And I was talking about that. I was talking about that here, man. Where is that? I think it's right. Something.
Position, to go to a specific location, and to open fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically.
Got a hostile.
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync.
Let me see if I can find the order wheel. Because the order wheel had three slots on the bottom.
And they will always follow
so I was saying that, yo, just put a face there and let you select who you want.
They will equip
and then you can give that person the specific order.
But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders.
Boom. All right. So you see how there's 3 slots, right? So if they had all 3 faces there, and you could highlight this and let's say press X, and now every time you open the wheel, you're giving a command to whoever is here. Then you could put here, you press X, you always give commands to whoever is here, etc. And then you could give each one individual orders. Move there, move there, move there. Sit, hold here. Go there. You know, like, yo, how dope would that be? But I don't know, man. I don't understand how, right? I'm thinking of this as a programmer, right? They all act on one script. Obviously, I don't know. I'd like to see the code for it. But why can't they just separate these 3 into their own scripts that run? And that's it. They all act in unison as it is. They should have been able to figure out how to do it. I'm sure if you are programming in C or C++ or whoever's building out these components for Anvil 2.0 or whatever, they should be able to do it, man. It would make a huge difference tactically, man, and it would be fun. It would actually be super fun and engaging when coming upon a base to throw your drone up and having your guys go into positions while you move out. Like, that shit would be dope. Or sitting back and just be like, go there in a huge open field. And I don't know, it would bring so much more depth to the AI teammates. I'm not a code master. All I'm saying is that there's no way in hell that you don't have professional programmers that can't build this shit. I fail to see it. There's no way you are a professional game programmer and you can't sit there and say, yo, why don't I just program all 3 of these guys individually? And what? Who's telling that guy, no, you can't do that? They had all this time to program this and we're going to get the same shit from Wildlands? I don't know, man. Tell said, oh, that's basically a yes. If the AI teamers are using classes, I don't know if they're using classes. Maybe they just be the class you are. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell them, one of them to put up an engineer drone and the other one to use an adrenaline rush. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that or not. Been like the representation back in April. Yeah, I mean, they tried to do that with the immersive mode, you know? Fingers crossed for more commands to come. Yeah, babe, but like what other commands would you be able to give? You have go to, you have regroup, you have cleared hot, you have hold position. All they need is to program cleared hot is not like open fire from Wildlands. Go to, cleared hot. Hold here, cleared hot. Go to, not cleared hot. Hold here, not cleared hot. Boom. You're pretty much good. The only thing left is to really give them individual controls, which is what Corvacho was talking about. Corvacho, right? Corvacho. You still have to be a player to add commands. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm thinking too, but maybe there'll be, you know, okay, here's something they could add. Breach, throw flashbang, throw grenade, shit like that. Yes. It would be nice if there were little things like that. So that's possible. You can sit. What's Bay? What are you saying? Orders can be performed while aiming down sights as well using a drone and binoculars. Yeah. You could sit back and tell you how to do it from a drone binoculars point of view. I mean, yeah, you were able to do that in Wildlands too. I just don't want to tell them to clear it hot and for them to run around like in Wildlands and wipe an entire base out. I want to have to tell them, go here, open fire, go here. Like, I want to be able to really give them orders. I want them to sit behind an area and tell them clear hot and just pick off people from that area. I don't want cleared hot to mean run around like 3 Rambos and kill everybody. You can split into teams. Like, nah, you can't. You can't, Swain. You can't split into teams. At least that's not what they said. That would be cool, though. And that's something that I spoke about in one of my videos. It would be nice if you... I mean, you'd be able to split into teams if you could give them separate orders. You could tell 2 guys to go that way and 1 guy to go that way and stay with that guy. Assigning roles like Overwatch with a sniper. Yeah, oh, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I don't know if you can do that. I think according to the gun that you give them, they'll assign their own role. So if you give someone a sniper, maybe he'll try to find a nice position to snipe from. If you give someone a shotgun, he'll stay up close and personal. I don't know how that programming is going to work. I don't know how good it's going to be. We'll have to see. It is something I wish they went into a little more detail with, but they're holding off. So we're going to have to test it ourselves come Wednesday. If their teammates take out a drone, will they be able to do it silently or will it alert everyone on Aroa? I think the programmers at this point probably made it so where they do it, like, even if they, unless you can't. All right, well, the first thing is, can you tell them, can you sync shot a drone is the first question. And then the second question is, if you can sync shot a drone, will it be silent when it crashes to the floor? So, we'll see. Rohan, I thought you bounced, bro. Have a look at the emotes in the game. Why, you think the emotes have to do with the orders? I have a lot of the emotes. I don't really use them. Classes are kind of pointless. Actually, I mean, the Echelon class is probably the most OP out of all of them, in my opinion, because you can literally run behind an enemy and they won't turn around. You can shock pistol the little drones in bases and they'll be disabled. You can you could use the reflex mode. I think out of everything, that's just super OP. I'm done with this wheel. I want the map back from the first few Ghost Recons. Yeah, I hear you, man. I think the only thing lacking in this map is huge cities. Out of the whole map, there's only that one big city at the bottom, and it's really not that. It's not that populated with a lot of enemies. I think the game needed a lot more cities to get lost in my opinion. You know, the shotgun AI teammates aren't the same as wolves. The emotes are more detailed. Use the medic the most. They're gonna act like the last team Wildlands. I knew they wouldn't have get. Yeah, I know, Wolfguard. It's a little disappointing. It is a little disappointing. I definitely wanted those commands too. See now right here. Chat box. I thought I had the chat box here that you should be able to see this chat box. This element is too small to be displayed. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I need to make it bigger. Oh, that's cool. Anyway. All right, let me go. I'm going to go pee.
Are back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players, they're gonna be a game changer.
Now for our last game update, the Ghost Recon Breakpoint team is ready to share some details on their upcoming updates. AI teammates are coming to the game. Let's have a look at the trailer.
The time has come. AI teammates are back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players, they're gonna be a game changer. Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the first time, Fury, Fix-It, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize them. This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment, or even full costumes. Your teammates can be tweaked just as much as your main character. Just like Nomad, your teammates will adapt and react to the world of Aroa and its environments, and they will always follow your own behavior. If you decide to go stealth, they will equip silencers and crouch, or go prone when possible. But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders to your teammates through the order wheel. There are 4 different orders you can give to your teammates. You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current position, to go to a specific location, and to open fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drones.
Sorry,
Once
guys.
they approach potential threats,
I'm sitting here
the
talking
teammates will
and
notify you
fucking
and mark
muted
them
like an idiot.
automatically.
Anyway, I was
With a good look
responding
for
to Bay
enemies,
about the
you will be able to set up a sync
resistance.
shot where each of your teammates picks a target.
Sorry for all you guys telling me that
You
my
can
mic is
even link
muted.
it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target
So
takedown.
I went and peed and I made sure it was on
Weapons
mute.
equipped at all times. A
And then
versatile
I
assault
forgot to
rifle
do it when I came back.
accommodate all situations.
But anyway.
And a primary weapon that you will
Yo,
be
Bay,
able to
I don't know,
fine-tune.
man. I don't know if it's gonna be like the wave system where waves of enemies come and you kill them all. I don't know if maybe it was gonna be something like where you get your rebels. The rebels come back into the game with this live event. Like I don't know what to think. There wasn't a lot of details in it. It's just it's kind of like hinting on what it will be. So I'm not sure what to think or what to expect. I just know that every time I oversell it to myself, I end up being disappointed.
To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies.
Yeah,
before
I know my
getting to
mic
you.
was off. Sorry, guys.
And they will expect the same from you, especially as you will be able to carry them to safety if the situation requires.
What do you think about it, Bay?
Finally,
Unless
the
you
teammates
know,
will also be your best allies in any vehicle.
whatever
especially
you're
on the
allowed to
road
think, unless you
during
know
high-stake
more info
pursuits.
than we all know.
The teammates will be available
But
for all solo Ghost Recon
because you know,
Breakpoint
like
players
Future
on July
Soldier,
15th,
Wildlands,
and we
Splinter
cannot
Cell,
wait to see
all,
your
Wildlands later on all
We'll see
have
you on
that
the
system
battlefield,
where the
Ghosts.
enemies come in waves. Like I don't, is it going to be one of those type mechanics? Like I'm not sure.
Hey Ghosts, I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team.
So
As
who
you've
was
just
asking
seen,
me?
the
Whatever.
AI
I just
teammates
thought
are
I'd play
finally
it again
landing
for
in
you.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint with our
if the situation requires it.
So Ernesto asked, would you be able to customize signature weapons? So you heard there, you can give each AI teammate a weapon, and they'll act accordingly to the weapon that you give them. Oh, sure. More info tomorrow, Tuesday for it? Yeah, okay. Enemies running like Rambos. Yeah, Rohan. I don't know if it's gonna be like if it's gonna be a wave system type of thing. That gets boring pretty quick. But I think the what was the first live event? What was our first live event? Was there a live event before the Terminator? I'm trying to think. Or was the Terminator the first live event? The first and only live event we had was the Terminator, right? So that was fun. I mean, it had nothing to do with Ghost Recon, but it was fun. Yo, Daddy K Slick, the teammates will be live on Wednesday, July 15th. Okay, so yeah, Daddy Slick, that's it. You'll be able to play it on Wednesday. So if you don't have the game, go get it. Or wait for a sale and then get it. Yeah, it was the Terminator, right, Benjamin? So that was kind of fun. And now this one, so maybe it won't be that. Maybe it will be that. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, Bay, episode 3. When? What video? Yeah, I assumed episode 3 would be like September or at the earliest late August. But I was assuming since we were getting this, I thought we were going to get this at the end of July. So I thought we'd get episode 3 at like the end of September. But if we get this mid-July, late August, I guess would be a push. But yeah, that would be a good something good episode 3 to come out at that point. How long have I been live for, Tell? Where's the 3 hours? 3 hours. I wasn't gonna stay live this long, but you guys were hanging out and we were talking bullshit, and so I was gonna make a video on the AI teammates and this resistance shit. I probably still will, but talk for a little while longer. I have to eat something though. I do need to eat dinner. The very first cool weapons, they need to bring the Predator. Yo, Wolfguard, I did enjoy the Predator special weapon. Rolling out as the engineer and using that felt really legit, so that was cool. Zombie virus released by Skeltech, please. No, Dylan Dwally, no. No zombies, please, no. Oh, God. People will hate that shit. I could see the forums now if episode 3 is some zombie shit. Wonder how the battle pass will... I don't know, man. Oh, you wonder what it will look like with the rewards? Yeah, Eva. Yeah. We'll see. We'll gotta see what... Well, let's see. We'll think of resistance. So maybe it'll be like this jacket, these stupid ass hand things, maybe some more camos, you know, maybe like some shit like this. Stuff like that. Resistance type stuff. We'll see. That'll be cool to add zombies, Benjamin. You get so much ammo, it's perfect. Yeah, I enjoyed that weapon most definitely. Guys, we got a Predator hunting grounds you could play, but this game is disappointing. Bay, what about you? You want zombies for episode 3? I assumed episode 3 would finish off the freaking story. Like, we still have to kill or capture Trey Stone. They cannot save that for year 2. Like, that's ridiculous. The story needs to come and go, and year 2 could add whatever's next. But episode 3 needs to finish this narrative now. You know, Sam Fisher captured the Claw, the old dude that he's supposed to take back to Congress. So we're supposed to be getting reinforcements on the island. So as far as what Fisher said. So episode 3 kind of needs to continue that story arc. You can change out loadouts now, so I would give them credit for that. Yeah, the weapons. A lot of people wanted that in Wildlands, so they do get credit for that. They could just give us customized teams and that's it. And worst case scenario would be slightly better than Wildlands. Yes, we got to see how they act with these weapons. So, people have found a bunker with noises in it. Yeah, I've seen that, but I'm hoping that's just a Easter egg. Yeah, see, exactly, Bay. They need to add the Hawks to the next public event. It's time for the birds to fly again. What's that? Reinforcements are your ghost team. They sent 3 people. Like, it would be cool to actually have the island change face a little bit. Like, you're going between compounds and there's warring factions happening. Like this resistance shit. It would be cool to see part of the map completely changed, more people on the road, more resistance people out and about. It would be awesome if they also implemented the rebel mechanics as resistance people, so you're walking around and you could pick up more people than just your AI, kind of like rebels, or call them in. That would have been dope too. I know a lot of people miss the Unidad component and the rebel component from Wildlands, so I think that would have been awesome. 6 or 7 teammates would be cool. Yeah, yo, Rohan, that's like in the video I discussed, man. It would be cool to get some more AI teammates, at least moving forward in this franchise. But you need to be able to give them orders, at least in teams of 2 or something. Asteroid hits Aurora, Fallout, alien life. Completely messed the game up. Just make a video, be back and forth. Yeah, babe, yo, do your thing. Gotta make a video on the new content, baby. It was a game that Ghost used air support that were featured in the older X. Oh, okay. That would be dope. That would be dope. That would be really, really cool. Oh, man. All right, let me get going. Let me wrap this up. Let me go eat some food. Let me relax for a little bit. I got to get some dinner in my belly. And all right, so here's the plan for the next week for the few of you who are still hanging out with me here. We'll get some videos up, Ghost Recon. I'll do some live stream playthrough on Wednesday. We'll go through it all together. We'll take a peek at what's going on with the AI teammates and everything. Resistance comes out Thursday, so I'll do another live stream on Thursday. We'll see what the Resistance event is looking like. On Friday, I'm going to take a break from Ghost Recon. Maybe I'll make some videos on the side outside of my live stream to put up. But I'm also going to live stream on Friday and maybe over the weekend Ghost of Tsushima. And that's going to be a focal point moving forward until I go through that game. But I'm also going to be doing some Breakpoint AI type stuff. Also, Monday, today, I have to get it out. I have to render out and get out tomorrow my Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon Breakpoint Splinter Cell the movie part 2. That'll be coming out hopefully tomorrow. So that's what I need. That's what I'm going to work on for the rest of the night right now. Probably after I eat. Maybe make a video on this stuff. And that's going to be the next week. So if y'all are bored, you're just hanging out on YouTube, swing by the channel, come hang out with me. And we'll all experience what's going on with this new content update. Wolfguard, Eva, Rohan, Bay. Everybody who stopped by, thank you so much for chilling and talking. Hey, this next week is going to be fun, guys. We're going to see what the developers have had in store all these months with these AI teammates and with this new live event coming out. So at least we got some new content for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. If it's a game that you're still playing, which obviously you guys still are, you're still interested in, we're going to have some stuff to do for the next week or so. And if the AI teammates are that good, it's going to be even more fun. So, peace, brother. Yeah, Rohan. Keep an eye out if you guys are watching the Splinter Cell video. I'll probably have part 2 up tomorrow or at the latest, maybe Tuesday. So, that is all. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. That's it. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your night. Get a good night's sleep if you have work tomorrow. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, baby. Yo, do-over. Oh, wait, not today. Not today or ever. I keep reading that shit wrong. Not today, later, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your evening and keep an eye out for Splinter Cell Part 2. You should enjoy it. And Benjamin, later, bro. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace.